Welcome everybody to Trichome Chasers Grow Life stream number 30, an evening with Cosa Pharms from Cosa Seed Co. How's everybody doing tonight?
Pretty damn good. What's up, fellas? What's going down?
Chilling.
Doing great, guys. Thank you again.
So let's start.
What's up, Cosa? How you doing tonight, brother? Glad to have you on the panel with us, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you again. It's great to be here.
I think Cosa's got
I'm Cosa of Cosa Seed Co.
Satellite.
Yeah,
sounds like
it.
Go ahead.
I definitely do. I'm on satellite. Sorry, guys.
Oh, go ahead, man. My bad.
But I'm Cosa of Cosa Seed Co. We've been around since 2014 is when we officially launched. My best well-known strain is probably the Girls Gone Wild. It's appeared in Skunk Magazine in 2015 in the MILF section. We've just kind of been sleeper of the year since then. I took kind of a hiatus off the internet and stuff and just crossed state lines and, took care of some things in my own personal life. So I'm just returning to the online in, kind of early 2017, late 2000, and picking it back up, going from there. Thank you guys for having me. It's great to be here.
Yeah, hell yeah. Glad to have you on here, bro. Glad to have you on, man. Looking forward to hearing some stories from you, some breeding stories.
Oh, I'm full of them, man.
That's what's up, man. Fucking everybody on the team, we've been having a little fit behind these genetics all popping up, going crazy over all these fire genetics coming out of everybody's camps, man. It's going crazy.
Yeah, it really is, man. This is just years or, decades to be alive in terms of cannabis. There's so many strains out there. Almost every breeder has what's not a cut nowadays. It's absolutely mind-blowing. Doing this kind of thing, thinking years ago this would have never been happening.
Yeah, I would have never thought I'd be on a fucking YouTube live stream talking about weed, when I was younger.
Right?
It was like really illegal when I was growing up in Kansas,
Yeah, it really trips me out the way the game's changed over the, very recently. It just blows my mind to think about it all the time, listening to all the live streams and, just staying up on the latest in terms of like politics or, my local legislation in terms of cannabis. And it really just fucking blows my mind how far the game has come, it's a trip.
Real trip. Yeah.
It changes every day too. That's the craziest part.
Right? What the fuck, dude? I swear I can't keep up anymore. I'm like, dude, I just gotta I don't know what the fuck I gotta do.
Yeah, like the laws changed in my state since the last time I checked them.
Right.
Yeah, and in California with all the new legislation, it's literally changing almost every day. Every time you hear about it in the newspaper, it's some new implementation or new legislature change, and our plant counts keep changing and our numbers keeps changing, and it's just bad news.
Yeah.
Right? That's why I'm like 1, 2, skip a few. I think we're all good.
Yeah. Tomato, potato.
Exactly.
That's like legal with, did you say 4 or 40?
Yeah, I thought they said 40.
apparently you can do co-ops up in Washington now with 60, which is kind of mind-blowing after the rules they changed last year, because you can only do fucking 9 for a while there.
That's a huge difference.
Yeah, well, they went from 45 down to 9, and now they're back up to 60. Which is fucking stupid. Like, the day after that rule change, I was driving by a dumpster. I just saw a shit ton of black pots sitting outside this, like, West Schwab dumpster. Somebody just fucking went and dumped all their pots. Now I have it.
Oh, yeah. Came up. Hell yeah, I would have came up too.
Yeah. Yeah, they were, like, nice pots. The deep 3-gallon ones. And I was using, like, these shitty, like, 1.5-gallon ones.
Yeah, pots are expensive as fuck, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been running the fabric pots for a while now, you know, because I really dig them. But
are those reusable?
I do, you know, I kind of just put them in you know, I kind of rinse them out after in a little bit of like a peroxide or bleach solution. But
I don't think they're reusable.
They're so expensive. I'm like, I better reuse them. Fuck.
Yeah. Well, my buddy works for I-502, a commercial op up here, and they just fucking throw them out after every round. So thinking about finding a way to cop some of those.
Yeah, just sneak behind their building or something and cop them, you know, during.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what's up? You guys like grow weed or what's going on here?
Well, shit, right now I got
None of that here. Definitely not.
yeah, I got a few clones going right now. Tried to get some clones from one of my buddies, but their plants were kind of looking shitty, so I don't know if these clones are going to survive. And also, I forgot to label them, so I don't know what they are. But you know, we'll see at flower time, I guess.
Classic stone Photon.
Yeah. I just went into their bedroom and just started clipping cuts. I was like, I'm taking these. I don't even know what strains these are. I'm taking.
That's what's up. Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah.
But so far over in my neck of the woods, you know, just getting everything back in track. I'm finally got my flower room cleaned out and my table's back operational. So I'm planning to try to flip these plants I have by like the first or around that first week anyway of June. And yeah, so looking forward to getting back on track, popping some seeds. Yeah, gonna pop the grapevine and a bunch of other stuff. So really looking forward to that. Got the outdoor going too. Kind of fucked up my back the other day working one of those weird things where you just kind of move weird and you tweak your shit. But so trying to get over that, but doing good over here. Just chilling out in Purple's world.
Yeah, I just pulled down most of what I had in my tents. So I've harvested a couple plants a week now for the last like 6 weeks or so. And finally my flower tents are starting to empty out. So I'll start filling those back up after I do a nice clean out. And make a new light because one of my old lights shit out on me. Finally. For 3 fucking years.
That's what yeah.
I like been waiting for my lights to break so I can make new ones.
You know, what about you?
That sounds so awkward to me.
What?
I said that sounds so strange to me. I've been waiting for my light to die. I'm just like, why? But I know that you're just because I want to build another one. But yeah, as somebody who's just a grower, to me, it's just it's funny.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's because I built these lights like 2 years ago before I really knew about like really high efficiency LEDs and now my other tent's just crushing this one, and so I've been just waiting for the lights to die, and now I have an excuse to build some new lights.
Fuck yeah, bro. Yeah, what's going on with everyone else on the panel? What's good? Rolling one up for your boy.
So when you take a seed out of like a fresh bud, I heard that you should like wait a week before germinating it, or like when is the earliest I could germinate this lone seed that I found?
Well, it depends on if your bud was fully dried or if it was wet seed and you clipped it out while you were trimming or something, you know?
I found it when it was still wet, like right when I harvested. And it's definitely a herm. Like it hermed in the last like 2 weeks because, I think I was telling you about this. I did like heavy defoliation at like week 6, and then I didn't label which plants came out of which tent, and they weren't on the same life cycle. So some of them got crossed up, and one of them hermed a little bit. It looks like I only found 1 seed so far. But I have a platinum cookie seed that I want to plant.
So you're gonna start a new herb line?
I gotcha. I would
Yeah, dude, I'm going straight
to
Rusty
be
Shackleton,
safe.
bro.
What was
The
that?
D line.
No, I'm definitely popping this.
I would say give it 2 weeks, and
Give it
then
2
it
weeks.
should be good from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in no hurry. I'm sure it's going to be a fucking herm line or some shitty plant, but maybe it'll be a male and I cross it with some other platinum cookies and maybe stabilize a better pheno. Is that how that works?
Hey, you never know what you can get, man. A lot of the legend bag seeds.
Yeah.
Yeah, Proton. Maybe it'll be a legendary D line.
Yeah.
They'll call you Proton Hermie Designs.
Photon Flowers designs.
Oh, that's funny shit. But yeah, nah, I just made a whole bunch of coconut oil infused cannabis oil, whatever the fuck. Yeah, works good.
Not pretty high.
I was
Blunt.
pleasantly surprised. Yeah, like I really wasn't expecting it to be as strong as it is, and yeah,
It's pretty
it's a
quiet
nice
over there.
surprise. But yeah, I was doing that and transplanted a bunch of clones and shit today, so making moves. Getting cloner back set, and then gonna hopefully borrow another cloner from a friend, and get all the clones for this next run done and whatever else I need to do. So yeah.
Nice.
You're getting those clones ready for me, bro?
Which ones you want, bro?
Yeah, dog. I want all that D line.
I ain't got none of that D line.
Damn. No.
Got a photon for
What
that.
Yeah, I'll get you that D line as soon as this bean pops, bro.
You know I want that buck guy, bro.
Yeah. Let's talk. I feel like legal's AFK currently still. Yeah, I think that is yes. Right.
Well, you know he can't wait till it's Buffalo, so.
Yes, the name change, Ken Buffalo. Maybe that's why he was ignoring me. I was using the wrong name. No. But yeah, in any case, so yeah, Cosa, you were saying that like you had your Girls Gone Wild and Skunk Magazine and shit. I know that I seen like your Groot's Fruit and the blueberries and shit. Those had my eye. what are some other strains that you're working with now, and like what are the lineages of those 3 that I just rattled off and some of the other ones?
Okay, well, the Girls Gone Wild in particular, everybody made a cookie die. That one is Forum Cut Girl Scout cookies crossed with Matt Riot's Ash, and that one's pretty much my baby. The blueberries would be Legend of 91 crossed with DJ Flash. It's the same father, Girls Gone Wild. And then the is the Alien Formaggio F2 from Happy Hail Seeds. Goji OG. As far as new stuff that I'm working with, the G2D2 line I released on Instagram as testers back in like 2014, 2000. If you search hashtag G2D2, you can definitely find them. I'm working on F2ing that line and making the release available to the public as F2ing the Girls Gone Wild. The blueberries never really took off, so I thought, you know, was great and does really heavy chem cross, and you get that blueberry flavor in there. For whatever reason, you know, it's just one of those gems. New stuff, we have a ton going on though at the moment. Like my garden is jam packed like Netflix, man. Not even joking. I have a bunch of new clones that just came in that we're getting acclimated. 3 or 4 new males now that I found from seed. A ton of new moms. I said it's just a really busy time in the garden right now. 2017 is really our year to come back, and we're coming back.
That's what's up. Now, something that you mentioned there, you said you hunted a few new males from seed. When you're hunting for your males, what type of traits do you look for? Or in these cases, at least, have you, like, what were special traits that caught your eye?
Well, I treat my males a lot like my females. I look for things that really stand out early to me in veg, not necessarily because a lot of times, you know, those more potent males and females are going to be your slower growing ones. Just like, you know, classic purple Urkel, it's the slowest growing plant that you'll ever find. But it's absolutely beautiful thing out there and will knock you on your ass. But the biggest thing that I'll be totally honest, males that are branchy, I want them to be branchy on both sides without having to rotate a pot or anything crazy like that. I want them to, you know, look great. They have to be plants that have great node structure. Again, the symmetry is just huge. That's probably the biggest thing. And then early veg smell is also probably the number 2 or number 3 thing. Looking for males or females, I consider that really important. If it doesn't stink, it's probably not going to pass through to flowering.
That's what's up, bro. Hell yeah. Fucking, yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm all stoned over here.
Now, aside from those traits, do you also do any type of stress testing? And do you do that before or during the selection process? Like, when you say you're looking for like beautiful plants, are these like beautiful plants that hold up through drought resistance and shit like that? Or is it just when they're being pampered or they're always beautiful, they can take everything type thing?
Oh yeah, we absolutely stress test the plants. If you don't stress test them, that's given, you know. But definitely put them through the drought test. We try to put them outdoors as much as we can. We definitely put them in through harsh temperatures, both cold and heat. So yeah, man, we definitely try to, you know, make sure that they're going to be stable. That's the most important thing, is stability.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little less, you know, power, you really get to test it a lot more. Some might do kind of a preliminary veg. Oh, sorry, I said.
You cut out there a little bit. Yeah.
Sorry, man. Like I said, this satellite, it's just crap internet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no worries.
Where did I cut out at?
I think you were starting to say that it's easier to test with flowers.
Oh yeah, it's much easier to tell stability and test things like everything else in flower than it is in veg.
Mm-hmm.
In veg, easy.
And then, sorry, when you're doing your pheno hunts for, say, your males or even for your females, do you do full run, like large scale runs, and then take clones of everything, or do you just re-veg your keepers?
No, I don't do any re-vegging if I can avoid it. It causes a lot of stress on the plant, and then you kind of have to go a few generations of clone before it's truly bounced back to its original state, I find. So if I intake clones before I flip to flower, or week that really hormoned up yet. When I do run for my female selections and seed many seeds as I possibly can, like my Girls Gone Wild hunt has only just begun. And, it all just depends on how many seeds I have in my stock too,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Monster.
I just got a quick question for Cosa real quick. I heard you touched on, you said it'll take a couple of generations before it reverts back to like the original characteristics. This is something that I wasn't even really familiar about because I figured once the drift happens, it doesn't really come back. Can you talk a little bit more about, what I'm saying, how that process comes about? Like how does it go downhill and then come, come back?
Very, very gentle care and tea back, but primarily through use of like aloe and kelp and FAA and the Korean natural farming and the Oriental herbal nutrient really, really bring a plant back to its former glory. I've found, like just recently with what I've been experimenting in the KNF with, I've had plants that were near death and are now praying to the light every day. So it's really amazing what this stuff can do.
And so, okay. So what I'm curious about is, once that genetic drift starts to happen, and or not genetic drift per se, but just once the quality of that plant becomes compromised, have you noticed any difference, like as far as the way the finished flowers look, and then once you've brought the plant back, I mean, are there noticeable differences? Because I'm curious. I'm like curious.
Oh, absolutely. Whether it's, the flower structure, or maybe you'll have less smell or sometimes even a different smell, your stretch or less stretch. There's so many variables that a plant can do, you know what I mean? It's all very situational and just depending on the strain going to do. I can't really tell you specifically what your strain is going to do if you genetically drifted it,
Yep, totally understand.
But yeah, you can for sure bring that back just through full tender loving care. Like I said, you want to make sure that they don't become root bound. You want to give them aloe at least once a week, coconut water once a week. You can combine those two, with a little molasses, make sure they're all good. But yeah, man, just pamper them and then take good, healthy clones, of course.
No, yeah, that makes sense, man, for sure. I've always kind of thought the same thing. I haven't, obviously, I doubt I have as much experience, but just in terms of, or what I think I know, I probably don't know shit talking out of my ass. But in terms of like epigenetic reversal, I don't know, I think of it as you know, I don't know. I feel like, you know, you could eat a bunch of junk food and maybe these changes will be permanent, but I also feel like, you know, changing your diet up or engaging in exercise, you know, in a way like analogous to taking care of your plant, you know, just giving it the proper love and care can definitely go a long ways in terms of bringing back the characteristics of the plant.
Yeah, 100%. And we're talking about the most adaptive plant on the planet. So this plant is more than capable of regenerating itself.
Yeah, especially if you take clones off of a healthy plant. I mean, you're going right back. It's an exact genetic copy. You just got to get those phenotypic expressions to come out.
Photon, that's what piques my curiosity, bro, right? Okay, so once drift happens, where's the point that it becomes healthy enough to where the drift actually starts to reverse? And you know what I'm saying? Like that's what piques my curiosity.
Well, here, I think that we might be framing it slightly incorrectly. Like, I think that what we're talking about more so is phenotypic expression rather than epigenetic drift or anything of the sort.
Yeah.
And like, you can coax out those genetic expressions based on the environment and what you're feeding it and all of that. And that's much more similar to what Haze was saying with like changing up your diet or whatever.
Yeah.
Taking an unhealthy person or plant and making them healthy, quote unquote. Again, it doesn't necessarily have to do directly with the genetics, although it possibly could, depending on the situation.
Yeah, I would like to interject. You know, I don't know. I've always kind of had a misconception myself studying biology or just not having that clear picture of, you know, because we're kind of raised, at least in this evolutionary mindset, to think, you know, there's environment and genetics, and the two are always playing a role, which is true. But what I find interesting, at least about the field of epigenetics, is that's exactly what the environment seems to be affecting, right? Like the environment itself is very stochastic and variable, but that variability in environment has, or at least from my rudimentary understanding, has a direct effect on the gene expression or on transcription regulation of gene expression, that is. And so, yeah, I don't know. I find it really interesting too, Monster. And it does pique my curiosity in terms of just, you know, biochemical mechanisms or genetic mechanisms that govern the phenotypic expression, especially of cannabis, because as we all know as growers, you know, as Cosa was just pointing out, like this is, you know, a really amazing plant and seems to be really diverse in terms of its ability to adapt, ability to acclimate, and its just ability to express variable traits. So it's fucking amazing.
Yeah, I think my brain works. I'm sorry. What was you saying, bro? I'm sorry.
I was gonna say I know more about this from like a human perspective than a plant perspective, but as far as like epigenetics go, I'm not sure how that would work with clones, because a clone is always a direct genetic copy of the mother plant. But I feel like you could definitely get that clone to express different. I mean, I know you can get that clone to express different phenotypic expressions of the genes. You know, I don't know if you guys have all seen that picture. It was like the same cut was given to 16 growers, and then they got pictures of it when it was done, and it was like none of them looked the same.
Yeah, with like the Tahoe.
Definitely, you know, environment plays a huge factor. But from generation to generation, I know that in humans, if you're, you know, a healthy, you know, getting out, exercising as much as you should, individual, while you have children, then your children are more likely to be healthy and not have bad traits, versus if you like develop type 2 diabetes or they're, you know, obese, have kids, then your kids are more prone to that phenotypic expression.
Yeah, well, and that's exactly epigenetics, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, my roommate.
What you do in your lifetime, or what environmental pressures you're subject to, affects, you know, acetyl and methyl groups, which attach themselves, like at least in the case of acetyl groups, attach themselves to histones and govern the regulation of gene expression by either, I believe, the acetyl groups make the DNA coil tighter, if I'm not mistaken, and so deacetylation often has to do with actual expression, you know, and the histones being able to kind of loosen up and allow polymerase to come in and actually, or not polymerase, but yeah, it basically allows for gene expression to occur. But yeah, I don't know. Sorry to ramble. I just cut in there.
No, it was good. Learned something.
No, and that's totally true too.
Yeah, I mean, that's been
Like
studied.
the plant knows exactly where it is. Oh, sorry, man. This lag.
No, you're good. You're good. It's all you. I'm rolling a blunt.
Knows where it sits geographically too, like at what sea level, what, you know, geographic ley lines. There's a lot that comes into growing that people really don't even take.
Mm-hmm. Oh, did we lose him? We lost him for a minute.
Oh, sorry. Where did I cut that at?
Sea level and things we don't really take into consideration.
Okay, sorry. Yeah. Yeah, basically just, you know, where you are geographically and where you're sitting in terms of the sea level, you know, and your outside environment. The plant definitely knows kind of where it is, whether it's inside or outside. And a lot of people just don't take that into consideration, you know?
Uh-huh. Yeah, my outdoor plants look way different than my outdoor plants when I was doing outdoor.
Oh, yeah.
Same cut.
Yeah, you can run the same cut indoors and out, and you'll get pretty much two completely different plants. It's amazing what the sun and the outdoor environment can do.
I don't even know why I'm rolling a blunt. I got still smoking this one.
No, yeah, that really interests me though. You know, I study phenotypic expression and local adaptation, and so you know, I don't know, it's piqued my curiosity, and just in terms of, you know, being a cannabis user and grower. You know, I don't know, there's where I live anyway, I mean, there's a medical program, but there's still a lot of social, you know, as I'm sure there are everywhere, just a lot of these social stigmas. And so, you know, and especially being an academic, it's hard to just come out and be like, yeah, what's up with studying some fucking cannabis phenotypic flowers? Yeah. You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah, I got this dank nut, bro. Let's stick it under the microscope.
Oh, yeah, I got a microscope.
Though it's pretty funny. My boss is actually pretty stoner, or he seems pretty stoner. I haven't actually smoked with him, but he seems like the dude that'd be like, yeah, just don't get busted.
Yeah.
You would probably be amazed at how many people in the scientific community are 420 friendly or other psychedelics friendly. It's pretty astounding, actually.
Yeah. Man, my school was full of a bunch of nerds, though. Like, my physics department, like, the only reason I got a minor in physics was because of this hot girl. That was it.
Because of why?
This hot girl, we were kind of dating for a while. I was like, yeah, sure, I'll take quantum mechanics with you? And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll take astronomy with you, and turned into a physics minor.
Nice.
I was always like really interested in that shit anyways. And you have to take enough math for engineering that it's only like 3 extra math classes to get a math minor. So I did that too. And then one of those counted towards my physics minor. So it was like only an extra 4 classes.
Yeah, I was gonna do a math minor and I bitched out. I had like 2 upper divisions to take and I just fucking couldn't hack.
I think algebraic structures was like where I fucking tapped out. Don't ask me what that is because I tapped out.
But yeah, what's good? What you rolling up, Photon? Some of that platinum cookie?
Oh, still, dude. I got at least like I got some do-si-dos actually cooking in the tent, so that's on like week 1 of flower. So I'll finally have something else to fucking smoke. I've been smoking this for like a year almost now. Just could be worse.
Right.
This was the only strain that survived the great spider mite infestation of June 2016.
Also, so
I like
what
I have all these plants in veg, and like I brought them from inside because of that rule change, and I was not prepared to handle like 30 plants in 10-gallon pots inside, and so they all got spider mites, but I thought it was thrips, and it was still like early in veg, so I used like some nasty fucking pesticide. And it just killed off all the spider mites' natural predators, all the spider mites' natural predators, and it was like a fucking algae bloom of spider mite webs in like 2 days, like exactly on the dot. 2 days after I sprayed, just fucking spider mites everywhere. I actually had to nuke my house for space to get rid of them.
Yeah, that's common with a lot of pesticides now too, because they've become immune to them, unfortunately. And that's exactly what them, and then they just get pissed off and multiply, and then you wake up with those tents in your tent.
Yeah, they were immune to whatever pesticide I used, but he killed off everything else, so they just had a fucking spider mite orgy.
So I want to bring up a question that I have. You kind of alluded it in one of our private chats earlier, but you said that you had wanted to touch on what you're coining the breeder's code.
Yeah, sure, man. Basically, I was kind of listening to one of your former episodes on the Seed Junkies. It was maybe a week or 2 or 3 ago now. And you guys were kind of at what breeders thought about people working their lines and would say and everything else. I touch on that because how I came up is, taught very much respect. Like you respect people's work. You even if you just want to do personal stuff and you're not going to release it or anything else, just out of courtesy, you ask. And 99% of they are going to say yes and take it as a flattering compliment when you want to use their work, myself included. Man, if anybody wants to use my lines and they want to do it honorably, by all means. But as somebody who's had their work ripped off a few times, it's really, really disheartening when that happens. And in a ways, it makes some things that have come out in the past, and even some people just go entirely underground and take their work with them, and it never sees the light of day again. So yeah, I mean, whether you're going to F1 or whatever, especially if you F2 or S1, definitely that's wrong. Don't rename it and re-release it. That's wrong. If you do like an F2 or S1 and you want to pass it out to friends, by all means, spread that love around. But to any crazy like that, you know, that's well. And when somebody catches wind of that, you're going to get reputation is just basically instantly ruined. So why hang yourself out to dry, you know? The other thing is, like when you make outcrosses and things like that, by all means, give them to your friends, like I was saying. And if you do want to breed with the intent of starting a seed company or whatever else, just make it known. And even most breeders then are going to be like, oh, right on. It's very flattering that you want to use my work in that way. So breed, just make sure that it's plants that you're passionate about, that you absolutely love, that to make, how do I say this and not sound like an asshole, bad decisions on your outcrosses or back crosses or whatever.
Word, I dig that.
Yeah, that pretty much, you know.
Word, yeah. I think I agree with every single thing said, yeah. Word.
Right on.
Damn, Blunt, are you that high, dog?
Yes.
Oh, God.
Oh my God, this guy's killing me. No, I'm just kidding. No, that's what's up, Cosa. Hell yeah, I can dig that, bro. I dig that philosophy. I've always been about, you know, I don't even fucking breed, but just coming from that type of mindset, you know, where you always trying to ask permission or just get the homies okay to proceed with whatever you're doing, you know. So
It's just a respect thing. Hope that people would show me the same respect too. You know, the whole golden rule philosophy. But yeah, unfortunately, sometimes that just doesn't happen. It is what it is.
right. No, I feel that, bro. I feel that. Sometimes it's like, yeah, what are you gonna do? You know, shit's out there, and people are gonna do what they want with it. They bought it or they acquired it somehow. So nature will continue.
Oh, for sure, for sure. And that's kind of the other side of the coin too, is, you know, when you do buy that strain, it is yours to do what you will with. Whether you want to ask permission or not is up to you. But you'll also find that I would say 50% of breeders would probably agree that when you buy seeds, do with them is all you know, whether you want to sell them or especially if you just want to pass them out to friends or outcross them for personal or whatever, that's, you know, more than cool. But testers, man, that's where things really get blurry.
Right. I feel that. I feel that.
No, what do you mean by that?
Well, that's why especially Matt Riot started doing his own testing in-house, is because when we give these guys tester seeds, they go behind either S1s or F2s or 3s or whatever, and then they magically release some new line. And like, that's what happened to me, basically.
That's fucking weak.
Yeah, it's a pretty shitty move. It happens a lot more than people realize.
Yeah, I could see that, especially if like the public doesn't know about it, and you know, this guy just has this
Yeah, exactly, because
fire strain, and he already pheno hunted it and everything, and he got one golden one, and he calls it his. But I mean, at the same time, he did sell it to him.
Well, no, in the case of testers, you know, that's kind of what I feel that too. It's like, man,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a fine line, you know. You want some homies that are down as fuck, but then you don't want them
I
to
see
be,
what you're saying.
you know, you don't want them to be just piggybacking off your shit and jumping ship with with all your fucking gear, basically.
My fucking camera's freaking out.
Camera got a heartbeat.
Yeah. I don't know what's up with it.
But that's what's up, Cosa. So I think you kind of touched on it. Maybe I'm just a little high. You're talking about just selecting what type of features or traits you commonly select for. I don't know if we were talking male, but maybe you could elaborate a little bit more on that. You were talking about large branching structures, not necessarily vigor, but you said like smells in the males, almost smells in the males.
Yeah, sure, man. At least smells in the males. Males behave a lot like female plants, especially the just found. I thought there were females 2.5 weeks flowering, sprouting these gigantic nut clusters on me. So, the males can be very, very, very deceptive and trick you very easily. But yeah, man, the males will stink in veg just like a female. The males will throw resin in veg just like a female. I kind of ideal traits, especially like in veg. Of course, I'll try and see if that's any kind of deficiency first. I see like stem coloration or leaf stem coloration or any kind of underside of the leaf coloration, especially. Those are always things that I try and map, especially if they have coloration, because those are really, really cool genetic markers as well, I think.
Where no, I feel that, man. I've always dug coloration myself. I think that's something that appeals to a lot of people, just in that evolved tendency to be attracted to these bright colors or whatever, so I'm definitely curious about
Absolutely. And fees about breeding is that you want to make plants that appeal to all the senses. They appeal to your sight, your sense of smell. They feel they're super sticky. Just like classic purple Urkel, for instance, to reference that again, it appeals to every single one of the senses in such a big way.
Right. Oh, I'm about that purple, bro. That's exactly why, not only like you said, I mean, it just looks amazing, but then, the terpene profile and the taste, that's I just love different color expressions, especially when they have the flavor and terpene aroma profiles to go with it,
Absolutely, man. That's really one of the best things about cannabis, especially in this day and age too, is the diversity of colors and flavor spectrums that are out there.
Well, what am I smoking right now? It's bomb.
That is a good question. What is everybody smoking on, man? Chat, what are you guys smoking on?
No, I'm good in the chat tonight. I need to go over there.
I think I've just packed up some Bubba Kush. I was gonna roll a joint, but just been kind of scatterbrained. But yeah, some Bubba and its fucking flavor tonight.
I'm dabbing some fresh pressed rosin myself.
I was gonna roll a joint, but just been kind of scatterbrained. But yeah, Bubba and its fucking flavor tonight. Word, my bad. Fucking yeah. What were you saying, Cosa? You're dabbing some live.
Some fresh pressed rosin. I got some Girls Gone Wild rosin.
Nice. And drop
Right.
the lineage to me one more time. I got a space case when you were saying it.
No worries, man. It's the Forum Cut Girl Scout cookies crossed to Matt Riot's DJ Flash. Riot Berry cut crossed with West Coast Dog 710.
Damn, that sounds fire. I just popped in.
Dude,
I heard
it is.
Girl Scout cookies and all that other shit. That shit sounds bomb. Where is
That
that in seed form?
It is in seed form. The Girls Gone Wild I released as an F1 line, and I'm working towards the F2 to re-release it.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to get some of that. I'm gonna have to get some of that for sure. That's right up my alley.
Yeah. Speaking of which, where can people cop your gear, Cosa?
Word.
Or are you still working on
Well, it's pretty elusive, but my gear can be found on Neptune. It can also be found through Jose Dumb Seedsman, or I believe his website is Reliable USA Seed Bank. And we were on the Dank team, but those guys like to repackage my gear and rebrand it, so we don't do business with them anymore.
So Neptune is the best place.
Yeah, I would say Neptune or Jose Dumb Seedsman for sure.
Okay. Neptune. I've been hearing some things about Jose. I have never ordered from him, but I've ordered from Neptune.
I've never ordered from Jose either. I just heard about him on Instagram through a couple buddies of mine, and he messaged me about getting my lines on there, and I decided to take kind of a leap of faith with him. It's always a leap of faith when you decide to do business with a new bank as a breeder.
I don't know why we got kicked off. Sorry about that.
Oh, no worries, man. No worries. I'm out in the sticks too, so I know about those connection issues.
Yeah, man. I'm out in the country handling some business right now. Some family business.
Is that right, monster?
Dog, they told me 11. It's going on 2 now.
Damn, one of those, huh? I haven't been in one of those situations in a minute.
Shit's crazy.
Or actually, I have, because one of my homies always fucking does that, actually.
Yeah, man. My cousin got locked up and shit, so they're fucking letting his ass out tonight.
Oh, yeah, that's the worst, man, dealing with the fucking jail or prison, bro. They always try to say that shit. It'll be like 30 minutes. You're like, fuck.
Yeah.
6 hours later.
Yeah.
I'm thinking because his name is all the way at the end of the alphabet. That's probably what it is. His last, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they fucking lost my Jordan when I went or when I stayed the night in jail.
You lost your what?
The police lost my Jordans.
Not the J's.
Yeah. The only pair I ever had. I was like,
send you out with.
You sported the chopos out of that bitch or what?
They're the 7s. No, I had a pair of 4s for a while.
They were the 4s?
No, they weren't the 4s the police got. They were the 7s, but I had a pair of 4s for a while. Ice blue or whatever they were.
Okay, Photon. I see you.
Dude, I used to have a lot of shoes, and then I turned like 23 and grew like 3 inches and 2.5 shoe sizes. And none of my fucking shoes fit me anymore. I was pissed. Shoe collection never recovered.
Them late bloomers, huh?
Yeah. I mean, I was still fucking 6'1" before that, you know.
Damn, how tall now? 7 foot?
No, I'm solid like 6'3", 6'3.5". But my shoe size grew from 11.5 to 13.
Jesus.
Motherfucking giant.
Can't borrow none of your shoes.
I think High Guy's like about the same size as me.
Word.
He's absent. He's studying right now.
Cosa, I got a question, bro. While it's in my head, before I forget, I always like to ask people, when I hear that they're into breeding or they do breeding or whatever, I try to find out like people's inspiration behind their breeding lines. You know what I'm saying? Where do you pull your inspiration from? Like, I know Blunthumb, he's in the old school strains, and like I'm into like the new like strains that have little waves and height behind them and stuff like that. That's what I'm into. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would like to breed. So what is your inspiration come from?
Yeah. Well, that's a great question. My inspiration comes from a lot of places. Originally, the reason that I got into breeding was, of course, because I wanted to make my own extremely face-smashingly potent indica strain, because everything that was coming out was kind of watered down, and really you weren't seeing pure sativas or pure indicas at the time. So that's what really drove me forward, and especially my love for indica plants in general and love for hashing. So I really wanted to take those two things and try and express them as best I could through the genetics I had to work with. Originally started, and now I'm getting more into the preservation of any kind of land races that I can get my hands on, because being a younger cat in the game, it's definitely hard to find those older seeds and those older lines, but basically anything that I can preserve that has really high history behind it, like the DDNL line, for instance. It's the mother to East Coast Sour Diesel. It's a direct descendant of Chem D. Like, it's a huge player in the scene. And that's a line that I've been fortunate enough to work and preserve. So a lot of different things right now, man.
Can you put us up on knowledge on that DDNL line? Because I'm not familiar.
Yeah, absolutely. It's originally from Top Dog Seeds. It was an unreleased line from him. It's Chem D crossed to DNL, which is Mass Super Skunk crossed to NL. So that was an unreleased line, like I said, from Top Dog. He passed it to a cat named OG Beezy, or otherwise known as Beezy. He's gone through a couple different name changes over the years. I won't put him on blast on his current name now, just for his own safety. I don't know if he wants that kind of attention. Then he passed those seeds to Matt Riot, and then Matt Riot passed those to me to work as my first project to get into breeding and learn how to select males and things.
Word. And then you said that was the mom to East Coast Sour D, as in like the Top Dog
Correct.
line? Not
Correct.
Like the clone only that.
Honestly, I'm not sure. I think it's the mother to both, because the AJ cut or whatever they say is a fake. So the real sour third.
Yeah, that's interesting.
It does
then...
a much better job explaining it on his site. Sorry about that. Sorry to cut you off, man.
Oh, no, you're good. Yeah, I just thought that was interesting. And I don't know, with what validity or how valid the claim is, but I heard like on the Adam Dunn show back in the day, they had what was the homie's name on there? Chem Dog, or not Chem Dog, who the fuck? Joe Brand, I think. And he was saying that the original, one of the original chems, he was claiming a bit of a stretch, but one of the original chems, he claims some people on the East Coast got a hold of, and that's what turned into the sour diesel originally. But I always thought it was a bit a stretch, because to me, the chems always seemed a lot different than the classic NY diesel. But I don't know, what do you say, Blunt?
Well, I know somebody who had grown both originally from the hand of ChemDog, and I will tell you that they are both certainly different cuts. Like
they're definitely different cuts.
Yeah, and like you kind of cut out a little bit in the middle of that, so I didn't catch all of what you were saying. But Yeah.
Nah, yeah, that covered it pretty much. I was saying that I thought it was a bit of a stretch too, because the way the chems, always tasted to me, where it was, very distinct from the NY diesel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were definitely different cuts.
But that's what's up, man. I feel that, dude. I don't know. Blunthum's kind of been rubbing off on me lately. I don't know what it is, but maybe it's just kind of the logic thing. But just in terms of like old strains, and I feel definitely a bit different. I'm not too much into like a lot of the super old stuff, but I definitely feel like a lot of these classic strains are something that would be good to have, just in the vault, or I'm glad that people are taking the time to hopefully preserve those classic, indicas or sativas, or just these classic fucking strains we've seen over the years, So.
Oh, absolutely, man. It's more than just me too. Like there are a number of breeders that have come out now, and I know that you guys have seen it too, especially on Instagram and things. But I've talked to a few now too, and people who are of the same mindset, and we all feel like we need to preserve these strains.
Word. No, that's what's up, man. That's much respect, brother. I've definitely been feeling that more lately. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the inner seed junkie. It's just crying out for those clouds.
Most definitely. And I think a lot of people are starting to realize too that we get a lot more done through cooperation than competition, Like if we work together, we can accomplish so much more than just by keeping to ourselves.
Word. Yeah, I'm about that interdependence. Working together.
How am I gonna like fuck everybody over and get rich? That's like the American dream, right?
Yeah, right.
Man, it's crazy. I had a conversation with somebody today about a pack of seeds, and it's just crazy because the guy had a pack of seeds for sale, so he didn't have a price tag on them. So, what I'm saying, I threw out an offer which was double which the seeds were. You know what I'm saying, when they were released, and the guys he just told me like he's like, oh, I got a current offer for $3,500.
No. Was that shit that homie tagged us in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Wow. So fucking, you know what I'm saying? Me and the dude, we kind of like exchanged some words and shit like that. I mean, not like words, but just like, you know what I'm saying? Like he would just, I was like, you know what I'm saying? Well, why wouldn't you just say that, bro? Like, why wouldn't you just say, you know what I'm saying? The current offer is $3,500 on these pack of seeds. Cause you got motherfuckers thinking that, you're going to be compassionate, you feel me? And like offer these motherfuckers for a reasonable price and shit. Basically, He just basically like shitted on me. You know what I'm saying? It was like, oh, yeah, I got $3,500. Somebody offered me $3,500. So I was just like, oh man, it's crazy how everybody is just like, they fucking being like zombies with this greed because everybody.
Oh,
Yeah,
Monster dropped out.
Oh man. Just to continue on that point too, like I remember
3,500
back when like packs of Starfighter were going for $6,000 plus. It was just insane, man.
Mm-hmm.
Can't believe that.
But yeah, dude, fucking, he messaged me back and he apologized and shit like that. But that's because he knew like he came at me wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I just wanted to add that in there because if he's listening, he knows who I'm talking about. I just wanted to put that in there, like he did. You know what I'm saying? Like come back, DM me back, and apologize. Like I came at you wrong, bro. You know what I'm saying?
What I thought,
but it's just crazy.
I Oh no, what I was gonna say. Well, what I thought was funny about that was he was a little bit confusing or misleading because the comments that he left were like, "Well, just throw me an offer at the going rate," and I was like,
Right.
"Oh, is he trying to be down? Like, I'll throw him a fucking offer right now for like $50 more than the going rate on all of them." You know what I mean? But I was like, I had a feeling that he was kind of on some bullshit because his comments were a little misleading. It was like one way and then the other. I didn't know what the fuck to think.
Nah, dude's cool.
I think I told him 350. Like initially, I think I told him, I said, I'll give you 350 for him right now, bro. You know what I'm saying? Then he hit me back with the crying, laughing faces. He hit me back with the crying, laughing faces, like I got an offer for 3,500 right now.
Yeah,
That's fucked up. He did come at you wrong, man. But he apologized, so I guess it's cool.
Yeah, it's cool now.
Hey, I was gonna say before, at least saying as bad as what last year with the capulator, 17. Well, I think it actually ended up going for 16 grand or 16.5, something like that.
Damn.
How much were the seeds originally, though?
I don't know if they were ever released. I don't know.
Okay, so that's different because he tried to compare some shit. He's like,
I have no idea.
He's like, so do you think a Ferrari is supposed to be the same price as a Toyota Camry? I said, dog, stop with the examples because you're not good at that. That's not even in the same fucking category, bruh. You know what I'm saying? A fucking Ferrari doesn't cost what a Camry costs when it comes out. So it's you feel me? Like you can't say that. Those packs they were $150 when they came out. You know what I'm saying?
And will those packs get my dick sucked? What the fuck?
Straight the fuck up. Straight up.
Hey, you should tell him a Camry's like 20 G's, like brand new, and his is like a couple years old. So you should give it to him for like $350.
Yeah, that depreciation, man.
Yeah, he's gonna use that example.
Yeah, he just trying to butt rape somebody and come up real quick.
Yeah.
I swear, if somebody noticed they got a pack of seeds in a collection that's worth some money, they'll come up with an excuse real quick on why. My wife is sick. I gotta sell these pack of seeds. I need $7,000. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? I've been seeing that shit so much lately. Like, I don't know what to believe. Is this shit real? It's like everybody got fucking.
That dude with the hog. What the fuck was his name? Higher Plane, I think. Yeah.
Oh man, Higher Plane. Don't get me started on that fool.
Yeah.
Makes me sound like we agree.
I think we all agree, yeah.
I don't know who he is, but call him a fool around here, he's probably a fool.
Yeah, he basically did exactly what Monster just depicted. Multiple
But
times.
the worst part is that it was all scandalous beans. Like I grew out some of those beans. Yeah, and they were just fucked up.
Yeah. Going against the breeder's code, damn it.
Hey, that shit is funny how motherfuckers be buying so much
man.
seeds, but they don't know how to grow these motherfuckers. Like they be giving them to people to pop this shit for them, like. Where they got a fucking little 4x4 grow tent and they done spent $50,000 in seeds and shit. Like, the fuck is wrong with you, man?
Like I was telling you guys before the show, I got a buddy who said he's got like 200 or 300 seeds, or 200 or 300 strains, not seeds. So he's got thousands of seeds that he just like doesn't pop and like doesn't have enough room to pheno hunt and doesn't know how to clone. So he's gonna like give me some of his fire seeds so I can give him clones.
Hell yeah.
I think that's pretty normal for a grower though to have a pretty large seed stash. I I don't know how many strains I have sitting in my vault here, but it's pretty big.
Yeah, I was gonna say that sounds like me, except for the fact that I can take clones.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I'm just good genetics always just
It's
fall
an
in my lap,
investment.
so I just sit at home and people bring me clones every once in a while.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're like in one of the best places to get new genetics.
Yeah.
One of the best.
For sure.
You and High Guy.
Yeah.
so does your mom do your laundry too, Photon? Or
No, my roommate cooks for me. Does that count?
I'll be right back, guys. I'll be right back.
I
Hey, so
I
Cosa,
was just fucking sitting at home one day, and one of my buddies comes over with a box, and he's got some plants in it, and it was that white Tahoe cookies and Dositos from Archive in Portland. And I'm just like, here you go.
oh well,
Nice.
Yeah.
do you know what number that is?
Somebody figured it out because, like, I told them when the drop was. I thought it was you and Monster who figured out what number it was.
I think it was Monster. I did not.
Yeah. I think 4 or 33 comes to mind.
or 50 something. I don't know.
Yeah, like 987 ish.
3.141592.
6,
No, I don't know.
7, 1. That's all I know.
So Cosa, Oregon Budman in the chat earlier asked, how many seeds do you go through before you move forward to an F2?
Yeah, I saw that question earlier. I wanted to touch on that too. It's another great question. And the honest answer is as many as it takes, and until I find the phenos that I feel I want to use. If it takes 100 seeds, I'm popping 100 seeds, you know? I'm up to 45 right now.
Work. I'm just trying to catch up here on chat.
Yeah, so how many strains do you have currently, or I mean, well, that you've created yourself or currently on the market? And how many are you working on?
Current that I've on the market, you'll be 3 of them.
What was that, brother? I don't know if it was in just.
I've. Oh, sorry about that. I satellite again. I have 6 strains that I've created myself. I've worked on probably a good 15 to 20 lines altogether. And then for sale, you'll find 3 of my lines.
Word. Yeah, what 3?
The Girls Gone Wild and the Roots Fruit currently. And then sometime later this year, you'll see the G2D2, the Girls Gone Wild F2, and maybe a few new ones as well.
Word. And that'll be available through Neptune and the rest of the distributors you're working with?
Honestly, I can't say for sure. It just depends on who wants to pick up the lines, you know, but I'm hoping that Neptune will. I'm hoping that Jose definitely will. And guys, honestly, the best thing you can do if you want to see the lines at your favorite seed bank is just request that they
request what?
Request that they carry your
just request that they're, yeah.
Word. What's up? What's up? Fuck yeah, brother. I'm looking forward to getting some of that G2 all the girls gone wild up too. Yeah, definitely.
Honestly, both those strains are going to be exceptional in the F2 form, especially. If you like grape stuff and purple stuff, is really a heavy hitter in that category.
You know I do. I do. Oh, fuck. Fucking heart hurts. I'm dying over here. Oh, that's what's up, Cosa.
It's probably not good.
Looking forward to seeing more of your stuff coming out, man. Definitely be right there rooting for you.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.
And now I think that we vaguely touched on it a little bit earlier, but what type of grow methods are you using?
Well, Cosa originally was my graffiti tag, and then it's kind of turned into a thing where it's contemporary organic sustainable agriculture. So I'm using KNF practices. I was just doing no-till before, but I discovered the KNF through Instagram and YouTube, and I absolutely love it. You know, both the cost effectiveness and what I'm seeing out of my first official KNF harvest is my best pull ever. So it has really just blown me away totally. And before that, I'd run, pure organics with teas and top dress. I've run a number of different chemical or synthetic lines, whatever you want to call them. Really didn't dabble much into the powdered nutrients, but I've done pretty much everything except for hydroponics. Unless you're running some serious water chillers and serious air conditioning, there is no way you're doing hydroponics out there.
Word, and what type of oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying, out where, brother? In the desert?
Yeah, out in the desert in Arizona. The winter time is 80 degree mean and no humidity. The summers are 120, zero humidity. So just a huge facility, and you're pumping AC and you're pumping those water chillers in your reservoirs and stuff. A DWC grow like that just really isn't sustainable or practical.
No, I feel that. I was actually at my local hydro shop the other day, and I guess some cat had came in and got rid of all of his single buckets. It wasn't like a recirculating system. It was just all single buckets. I'm assuming he probably hopped on the organics or whatever, or I don't know what a situation was, but they offered them to me for free, so I grabbed a few of them to fuck around with. But like you were saying, right now, since it's approaching summer, I'm definitely not going to be fucking with it until fall or winter,
Yeah, and a lot of guys do that. They run a DWC or a hydro system in winter, and then during the summer months, they go back to the soil, and there's absolutely nothing.
Word.
What's up, fam?
What up, Playboy? What's going on, Frosty?
Oh, not much, man. Just got some riffs put on the outdoor and stuff.
Nice, dude. What type of covers are you doing on those?
I did deer fencing on the top and horse fencing for the sides, and then just privacy fencing, 8-foot tall privacy fencing.
Gangster, bro. How much did that run you?
For pretty much building, I built a 30 by 30 with 12-foot tall ceilings, and I built a 20 by 30 with 12-foot tall ceilings. For everything, it was about $2,000.
Word.
So what's popping tonight with you guys?
chopping it up with the homie Cosa over here from Cosa Pharms. Just chilling. I think we're about to. Homie is going to talk a little bit about. Or homies are going to talk a little bit about some of the growing techniques and stuff like that. But yeah, just chilling out, brother.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, how's your shit going, man? You're about to throw those beasts in the ground. I see. Things are getting beasty, man.
Yeah, I actually ordered 24 of the 45-gallon smart pots. I'm gonna do a 45 for each pallet, and I'm gonna do 24 above ground, and then the rest of the 72 should be in the ground. I'm doing a smaller. I'm gonna build one more small one. Instead of being 12 foot tall, it's only gonna be 6 foot tall. We're probably gonna put like 25 clones out there, just little 12-inch tallers, and let them veg for maybe 2 weeks, and then we're gonna start light depthing that because here in Michigan we got long days, so I can light depth like 24, 25 of them. That way I can harvest at the end of July and if I tarp them at the beginning of July, I can harvest at the end of August instead of waiting for October, so I can pop off half my harvest ahead of time.
Dope.
Nice, man.
Hopefully it'll come out good. I've never done light depth or anything, so we're gonna see how it goes.
Or are you gonna just come out manually and cover, or are you looking into getting some automated shit going?
No, a buddy of mine is 24-hour security out there, and he has volunteered himself to tarp it every day.
Well, God bless him.
I don't think he really knows what he got himself in for. He didn't know what he got himself in for when he signed up. But it'll be nice getting a couple of them out there. Plus, it'll give me my first experience with light depth, and then that way next year I can. I'm gonna look into getting some automatic light depth stuff for my 20 by 30. I'd like to light depth that because I got some plants that are like 4 foot tall already.
Hell yeah, dog. I'm hella interested in doing some light up. That's where it's at, honestly.
Yeah, I'm being blessed with long days is really nice over here because I don't have to substitute with any lighting or anything. I can just tarp early. Night falls, take the tarps down, and then they wake up with the rest of the girls on, just like clockwork.
Sweet, brother. That's what's up, man. I'm really excited to see the progress on that, dude. I'm really excited for you, brother.
I appreciate it, man. I just had my harvest come up. I had 2 of the Dark Helmet number 8s from Ocean Grown. I had 2 Mystery Cushes, and I had 2 Gorilla Glue 4s, Trichome Chasers exclusive. Out of a half pound, I found 3 seeds, and they are all phenomenal looking beans too. So I'm just waiting on them to dry out. I want to give them some dry time, and then I'm popping them as soon as possible.
Word. Oh yeah.
Man, I thought I lost my platinum cookie seed for a minute. Couldn't find it. Had to freak the fuck out.
You guys are funny.
Yeah. So what's up, Cosa? We're talking. I think we're going to talk a little bit about the stress training. What type of stuff do you do to stress train your plants?
Sure. A lot of the things that I like are drought training. I believe Blunt was mentioning that earlier. Just basically starving them of water and then overwatering them too, so that way when they just get an abundance and see how they kind of handle that huge shock. A lot of it is like leaving them outside. That's a gigantic test, and if a male will actually survive. Here, the winters are extremely, extremely harsh. We get a lot of snow, a lot of really wicked winds. So if it can survive the winter, it's a for sure champion male. Other than that, we put it through the extreme, as cold as we can possibly get, as warm as we can possibly get. We put it up towards we take the light and we throw it way up That way it gets getting minimal light to see if, you know, the lower light branches are going to herm out or whatever. There's a lot of different ways that you can manipulate a plant, and a lot of people don't realize it. I mean, even feeding too much of a certain nutrient can cause stress and issues or whatever else. It's really, really interesting.
Nah, that is, man. I think that's something that's, you know, myself, I didn't even think of that. I have a tendency to have those blonde moments, but I feel like it's common, you know, you know, not to even think about these types of things. And I was asking Blunt, I was like, well, how would you, you know, go about testing or stress testing a male? And I didn't even think about it, you know, like, oh, well, there's just a variety of things you could do, like you said, you know, I mean, you could, you know.
Oh yeah, and everybody has their own techniques too. Same answer from any one or two breeders, excuse me.
No, I dig it, man. I dig it. That's what's up. You know, something I never even thought about before. Like, obviously, you know, like as an outdoor grower, you know, I think about, you know, stuff that is just, you know, very vigorous or does well, you know, resistant to mildew, things like that, you know, kind of locally adapted things. But yeah, I never really thought about that, you know, drought resistance or, you know, these various tests you could do. I mean, it kind of really, you know, it's really interesting to me, like how you could overthink something like that, but how simple it could be to do.
Yeah, seems pretty simple.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's one of the things that one of my mentors, she was a punk rock chick out of LA that I met online. She taught me, you know, kind of growing out in the desert, in the desert somewhere in California. But she said that, you know, true Darwinism really comes into play out there, only live. And that's what we like to see in our males, you know, only the true strong surviving. Great place to test that too, especially in terms of drought testing in the middle of killer.
Just make them fight to the death.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you can take 2 days without water, you were either completely bone or you were holding on for your life, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Word, I can dig it, bro.
You guys want to see something sexy?
No.
Always.
I got 3 different kinds to show off, so I just got my little display set up. Hold on a second. Shazam. What we're looking at right here is Trichome Chasers exclusive Gorilla Glue number 4.
Nice.
Super fucking frosty. Oop. Dropping stuff now. This I found 3 seeds out of a ½ pound so far. Then here to the left we have some Dark Helmet number 8, Ocean Grown Genetics.
Nice. Wow, looks good.
And then this one right here, I can't say the name. It's the no name gang is what I call it.
Mm-hmm.
But you guys already know. And then over here I got some of my own genetics. This right here is my Casey Jones. I was gifted by like a 70-year-old dude that barely spoke but could roll a mean joint. These are week 3 of flower right now. They're stacking up like crazy.
Casey Jones is a phenomenal strain. My Spuds McKenzie strain is an outcross of Casey Jones, and it is a great, great yielder. To see the strain still alive is
okay, these plants, see, they look nice and healthy. These are from clone too. 15-gallon smart pots. They were in 5s. They got transplanted to 15s and then put directly into flower. They came off this shitty looking mom out here, honestly, dude. This thing is like 6 foot across. It's ridiculous. It's going outdoor, so I can go back to having a good life, and then I can kill it. But she's ugly, that's for sure. But she's got a mean stalk on her. I mean, these stalks are nice. But she's ugly.
yeah,
but her dog
is just a freaking bush.
Yeah, ridiculous. But like I said, man, what I like about this Casey Jones is the families are even frosty already. Week 3. The stacking of it's really nice. I'm using LEDs, and the lights are probably, I mean, you guys can see they're like 2.5, 3 foot away from the plants.
Nice.
Soon we'll have 3 of my Frosted Flake cuts in here. The G13 times Blueberry F2 times Northern Lights. That right there is, you guys already seen the Donkey Dicks that thing performs with, man. I can't wait to see this time. We get the light a little bit closer this time. Rocking the Mammoth P.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna see how it comes out. I can't wait for these girls to get done. This stuff is for straight showmanship. This Casey Jones right here, or at least the cut that I have, it is so. You can't know somebody that smokes and not show them a nug.
Word. Yeah, I've smoked some Casey Jones. Definitely, I thought it was a good strain. I haven't had it in a minute. Do you happen to know what the lineage is on that Cosa offhand by chance, or no?
The Casey Jones. I have Seed Finder up as off hands, but let me just type it in here and look.
Yeah, see, I never knew what the lineages on it was. I seen this guy grow it, and they had like the brightest orange hairs and they were like dense, but almost like a hard sponge. Like it had some give, but not a lot. It was some really killer stuff, man. I'm telling you guys what. I can't wait for you guys to see it finished.
So according to Seed Finder, the head seeds release of case is Oriental Express crossed to East Coast Sour Diesel, and Oriental Express is Trainwreck crossed to a Thai.
I can't get over the frost level already for week 3. Usually it's like 5 and 6 are getting frosty for me, but this cut right here, no matter, my buddy can't even grow, and he used like the little LED like screw-in bulbs, and it even came out fire when he did. He didn't get a lot, but he got some fire. I like my
That's
training.
chem traits showing. I can see it in the leaves.
Yeah, looking good, Frosty.
Got my platinum cookies up on screen right now. Oh, it's gonna focus.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it'll focus.
I've been looking for a clone of platinum Girl Scout or platinum cookies.
This is God damn, why won't you focus? This is actually a Forum Girl Scout cookies crossed with Platinum OG. This particular cut. And there it is. Oh, it went out of focus again. Oh, why this thing really has true. There it is. Yeah, now you can see it.
Nice.
So it's one of the higher yielding platinum cookies strains I've seen, or I just learned how to grow it because I've been growing only this strain for like a year.
Yeah, is anybody in here growing Dark Helmet number 8 or any of the Dark Helmets?
Monster, I just lost that nug that I was going to save for us. Oh, no, I got it.
Nah.
Yeah, I scored like 3 ounces of plant on Dark Helmet number 8 in 5-gallon pots. The Mystery Kush did good. They hit the 4 ounces of plant, and the Gorilla Glue I hit 4 ounces of plant in 5-gallon smart pots. Last time around I hit 8 ounces of plant, but these ones, this last run for Ocean Ground, they didn't have as much veg time. They didn't have as big of stalks and stuff as some other strains did. And the other strains were outdoor strains too. Let's go nug surfing.
Yeah, I started flowering in smaller pots, as opposed to like the 10-gallon or 13-gallon. I've been using like 3-gallon pots lately, and getting way bigger yields indoors anyway. It's just
Nice.
Yeah, Photon, I love using small.
Just the smaller your pot is, or the smaller the area of it, the more you can pack in there, and the less empty space you have, and the more dirt you have for your roots. At the end of the day.
I mean, it could go the exact opposite way too, depending on how you do it. Just run a big.
That's very true.
Zero space taken or 0 space lost, all root space. Pack as many in there as you want still.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you did a big ass like square pot.
I have a friend back in the day who used to run indoor beds and just kill it. He would just run single top clones, and just every single one was a baseball bat sticking out of the bed.
Yeah, I've known a lot of people that just do like, basically solo cup. It's not a solo cup, but it's a reusable, tiny ass pot, and they'll just grow. They won't top it or anything, and it'll just be one, miniature sized baseball bat, but it's like a, 10-gram cola, and I got 200 of them in a 4x8 tray or whatever, 300 of them.
Yeah, it's crazy, but it seems like so much work to me to run that many plants.
Yeah, I mean, our goal is to get that many colas too. So, I mean, yeah, it does seem crazy though. Definitely have to be running like a ebb and flow or flood and rain. I would not be able to water that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for me, it just seems like it leaves a lot of room for error. I've always been under the philosophy that if you just grow bigger plants, no matter what the pot size, really, you can grow them to get 10 heads or 20 heads or whatever, and then you'll have less numbers to manage and ultimately less things to fuck up.
I don't know. I've always kind of been the opposite. Me myself, I'm a worrisome guy, and so my homies always taught me back in the day, like, not even really about plants, but just other shit, like don't keep all your eggs in one basket. And so me, I don't know, like I like to. It's a fine line between having too many and not having enough. I've never really done the one plant per light, but I've always wanted to try it. But again, I'm always a worrisome guy, so I'm worried that I'm just gonna fuck that plant up and then I'm gonna be out. So I like having a little bit of backup. Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, like some of my first grows were 15-gallon pots, and like it was like 2 to 4 plants under a 600 watt HPS, and then a real 240 watt LED that I made like way back in the day. So I'd run like 4 plants under those, and those are all. I mean, I'd pull, half a pound, 3/4 of a pound, depending on the strain.
And that's what's up. Usually I try to run about 6 plants in a 4x4 because I try to separate my stuff into 4x4 rooms, and I can run between 6 and 8 comfortably in there without having things absolutely crammed to where things aren't going to get light, Because I don't like to have a super filled in canopy. I like to make sure everything's going to get light.
Yeah.
I like Lollipop so far up. But I find that works pretty well, and I run anywhere from 2.5 gallons all the way up to 10-gallon plastic pots. I run kind of a mix between the plastic fabric pots right now.
I'm running all plastic, but I kind of do the same thing. I run a mix of pots. Like I think I'm done running anything over like 7 gallons inside. I just don't see the cost benefit being worth it. But the 3-gallon pots I have are narrower too, so they're got more root mass under there. And the big 15-gallon pots are like big beds, where I should be putting maybe 3 plants in there would be good. But just putting 1 in there, it doesn't produce as much per square foot in my tent as 3-gallon pots.
Yeah, I'm in 15s right now for the first time. Bull trained it out, strapped everything out. And
I mean, like Blunt was saying earlier, they both have their, drawbacks and allures too. They're breathable root space for your plants, but at the same time, they're not going to be as compact on too. So. Style, man, and there's no wrong way to do it.
Yeah, for me, it really just came down to veg time. I just, my veg area was, no, my tents couldn't finish fast enough for my veg area. So I just like had to grow bigger plants for a while, and then I realized that I just needed to switch something up. So now my veg is faster than my flowering, and so I can just select any plants I want right now and put them in my flower tents, rather than having to wait to veg it out into a 13-gallon pot or whatever.
Yeah, I just got one of them elite
Good point.
13-gallon pots. I can't wait to have that running. I have it up and running. I just got to get the drip system going on it.
Nice. Yeah, when I was running outdoor, I did 20-gallon or 15, 13-gallon pots, and they got fucking enormous before I had to pull inside. My buddy grew platinum cookies cut that I gave him like last. He grew a platinum cookies cut that I gave him like last March, and it turned out to be like 7 feet tall. It was a fucking enormous plant outdoors. He just planted it in the ground. It's all straggly plant. Got like 15% back when we squashed it into resin though. Not too bad.
Nice.
Rosin. The best I've got with this platinum.
Tomato.
I got a 28% one time with this platinum cookies, and then another time I got 23%.
And that's on your big 20-ton?
Yeah, my 20-ton sitting at like
Right
185, 190 degrees, somewhere in there. I fucking crank on that
perfect
thing. I'm not scared of breaking it anymore because I already broke it. And I work at a metal shop, so I just reinforced the fuck out of it. Like it comes with like 16th inch thick channel, and I put like 1 inch thick plate on top of that and welded it all in. So I mean, I'm sure I could put like another 40 tons on that thing and be fine. But yeah, I get a cheater bar, like a 5-foot long cheater bar, and hang my 200-pound ass off of it and fucking really crank on it. I think that's why bags, like I've never had success with rosin bags ever. And they just like crush into my weed. And I think it's just because I have so much pressure. But I don't know. I guess I don't really know.
It's funny you mentioned that, man. I've had really low success with the rosin bags too, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong with it. I can't figure it out either.
Yeah, like if I use like nice big flour, it's not too dry. I can get really good just rosin waterfalls. But if I try to do it with keef, or if I even like make oil and then use bags with like iso oil that's like not fully purged, still just fucking fucks up my shit like every time.
Monster, where you at, man? We need this rosin tech.
Where am I at? I'm in Seattle.
No, you're saying monster.
Oh.
It's monster with the knowledge.
Yeah, because I really like didn't do much. I mean, I had what's his name, soil grown solventless, like first invented rosin with his girlfriend's hair straightener or whatever. I went out and bought the hair straightener too, and then had a C-clamp forever for like a year until I broke that hair straightener. And then this one girl like trimmed for some big grower dude, and she had a Safeway, not a Safeway grocery bag, like a 55-gallon drum bag, just like full of trim, but it was like the shittiest fucking trim. I swear somebody like already ran it through like CO2 oil or some shit, because I couldn't get any rosin or whatsoever out of it. I went and bought my press, like machined my plates, fucking made the whole thing, and then couldn't get any rosin out of this fucking trim. And especially using the bags too. So I ran it through an ISO wash and got like 3% returns. And I was like, you can have this back, or you can just let me keep it and I'll make some dabs out of it, but it's like barely even worth it. You know? But
yeah, I had the same thing happen to me. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, man.
I was just saying, now I have a sweet rosin press, so I guess some good came out of it.
Right? That's a win.
Yeah.
Happened to me, though, with some bunk trim. I ended up using it as mulch for my outdoor.
I actually still have some of that for like shitty blunts or something if I'm going to a concert.
There you go.
Mix it half and half with like good weed, and that way when I pass my half-lit blunt to somebody and they walk away with it, I'm not that mad.
That's fucked up, bro.
No, I usually just fucking give it away. I'm just like, I don't want that back. I have 7 more in my pocket. Just take it.
He's getting the snickle fritz.
That's what my cousin does. He rolls the first half of the blunt with fire, and then the second half with some booty, and then he'll smoke half and then hand it off to somebody, and they think they're cool.
That's a fucking awesome idea. I actually mix mine up like beforehand, but no, I'm not gonna do that. That's fucking great.
Just keep telling them, like, just 1 minute, I'm almost done with it. You can just have this half.
I mean, yeah, I really don't care, honestly. Like, I give away good weed at concerts and stuff, but like, yeah, that's great.
Yeah, up in my area here in NorCal, we get a lot of traveler types, you know, the modern hippies. So I'm always passing out nugs or joints that I have.
Hell, I had one of them hippies come flying through Michigan one time. I hooked him up. I posted one of my YouTube videos. I picked a guy up and drove him like 70 miles, bought him a pair of shoes, gave him some joints, and bought him Jimmy John's. Enough Jimmy John's for like a week, probably.
Nice.
Yeah, he was
just because?
Yeah, I was driving down the road. I was going to pick up like a pound or two, and I was like, where are you going? And he's like, I'm going to New York City. And I'm like, dude, you shouldn't have came to Michigan. You should have just kept going through Ohio and Indiana and Illinois. Yeah. And he's like, oh, this is the way the trucker was going, so I got dropped off here. So I was walking, like he was walking, I picked him up. I seen him kept poking his toe out of his boot, and I was like, bro, that's bugging me. All right, we're going to the store right now. So I took him up to like the Walmart or Myers around here, and got him a new pair of shoes and stuff. And then he's like, kept sniffing. I'm like, what do you smell, bud? And he's like, I'm not quite sure yet. It smells like home. He was from Cali, and he sniffed it right out of my safe, man. So I was like, all right, dude, let's pull over and roll up some then.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he was pretty cool. He was like, he had German military coats and shit. He was out there. He was a cool guy though. But yeah, I got the video posted on my YouTube. It was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Man, it's like 3 a.m, dude. No, I can't quit drinking chocolate milk.
Oh, I wish I had some chocolate milk.
I know, I don't know. I'm just sitting here just like back-to-back shots of this chocolate milk. Dude, I can't stop.
If I have like milk and chocolate protein, make some chocolate milk.
Now, you know how you bump your chocolate milk up some? This is what you do, man. You grab some Butt Factor X and some B52, you feel me? No.
Some Eagle 20, some Mammoth P.
Yeah, I got the Mammoth P right here, man.
Some recharge.
Don't forget about your Terpinator, bro.
Oh, shit, man.
And make sure you got a BioWave in the room.
Oh, shit, I forgot to tell you guys. If everybody hasn't followed me on Instagram, make sure you follow me. I have a new vape pen line dropping called 91 Octane. Nice. Exclusive. They're going to test between 88 and 91%, if not better than that. 11 different flavors.
This is a concentrate?
Oh, yep. They're vape pen cartridges. They're preloaded.
They were talking about weed for a second. I was like, what the fuck did I miss?
Oh, yeah. No, my bad. Yeah, it's going to be a 91 octane extracts, but I don't know if I'm gonna put the extracts on there because I'm not really doing like shatter or crumble. I'm doing strictly vape pens for people that were trying to be discreet or got like, you know, say you got like a nephew's baseball game or something you could sit right in the crowd and smoke and not be sticking out like a sore dick. You know what I mean?
Yeah, CO2 pen or something. Yeah.
Well, they're actually solventless distilled. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. They're clear cannabis oil, solventless. Yeah, they are very great, very terpy, all natural, no artificial anything.
Or yeah, so to distillate, do you have like terpenes added in there, or?
This is somewhat of what the logo is going to be. My logo is going to be a lot different. It's going to say 91 octane instead of what it does say. No, I'm not the guy that makes them, to be honest with you, but he said there's no terpenes, like no added terps. It's all natural extract of distilled. So I'm not sure. I can get more in detail with the guy that makes them for me.
Word. That's what's up.
I'm lazy.
That packaging is super nice too, man.
Oh yeah, mine. I can't wait to get mine. Mine's got like a gas pump, and the handle is laying on the ground, and you can see just like a puddle of like a little puddle of like honeycomb shatter. So you can tell it's like really dabs, and it's gonna have a gas pump that just says oil with the handle on the ground, and that's gonna say 91 octane, and it'll have like my Instagram account and stuff on it. And of course, like standard labels, you know, don't keep away from children, pets, you know, all that stuff. Don't drive operate heavy machinery. I gotta have all the legit stuff on there, but dude, the sour diesel is so top notch. It's not even funny. Like 2 hits, man, 2 hits, and you're just like, damn. My mom smoked it. She's one of my patients. She smoked it and looked at me, and it's like she hit it like 5 times. I wasn't paying attention. I handed it to her, and I took a phone call. And I look over, and there's just a giant cloud of smoke in my kitchen. And I'm like, Mom, we don't smoke in here. And she's like, oh, it's this pen. I'm like, how many times did you hit that? Oh, like 5, 6, 7 times. I'm like, oh, shit. I'm like, you better go sit down. And she went and sat down. My mom don't dab or nothing. She's old school, just rolls up weed. So she sits down, and she goes, what is in this thing? She goes, is this a crack of marijuana? I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah, you got her on that new Jack City, bro.
Oh man, she's hooked. She don't even want weed no more. She's like, oh, just give me some pens instead of giving me my medicine this month. Just give me pens instead. I'm like, shit. She's hooked.
So you were saying I can't give one to my pet?
It says not to, but I ain't telling you what you can do with your own stuff after you buy it. But they did put it on there though. It says no animals or children. I don't know why he put that on there though for the animal part. That's weird. If your dog is hitting a vape pen, he's probably the baddest fucking dog alive, dude. If he's smoking one of these.
Yeah, you know my dog got.
You know how some people are, man. They blow hits in their animals' faces and stuff because they want to get them high.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I see. Yeah, my buddy does stupid shit. Like, I mean, it's not stupid, but if you want to do that to your dog, go for it. I don't let when I had my dog, I didn't get him high. He was better when he wasn't high. He wasn't a dog when he was high. He just laid there.
There's also people
Some
who like actually
pets like it,
treat,
some don't.
like they're like pets with cannabis and like for certain diseases and shit.
Oh right. I actually know a lady that gives her dog CBD candies from the dispensary I go to. She was like, you guys have to do the dog treats, and I was like, you got dog treats? I didn't know they had dog treats for her, but her dog's got like bad arthritis, I guess. And she used to feed her dog Xanax too. I was like, she's like, I don't give my dog Xanax no more. I'm like, your dog was getting prescribed Xanax, dude? Like, holy crap, man, your dog's got some issues.
I've heard your dog's eating Prozac before, but not Xanax. That's crazy.
Yeah, that shit was crazy. I'm like, you got that dog off from Dr. Doolittle. You just yelling, lay down, Chauncey. He's just like, get bent, lady. But yeah, actually, I'm going to be putting my plants outdoors soon, man. I'm thinking June 1st. It's been pretty cold. We got some cold nights. They're going to be in like 48s at night. And then after that, it's going to be just like 55 at night, low 60s, high 50s. Nighttime temps. Plus, I can't even walk in my bedroom anymore. It was like an 11 by 11 space. I used to have like 3 foot on every side of the room to walk, and now you can't. You can open the door. That's about it.
Yeah, it's always nice to be able to walk into your grow space.
Yeah,
I can't.
I'm sure.
I know. I can't wait for my internet dude to get here tomorrow. He's putting a new router in for me, so I can have so I can stream out there. I gotta have him mounted on the back side of my wall, so he doesn't have to go in my room.
So there was some talk in the chat about pre-pressing. Now you have to have a pre-press. I don't know if they thought I was sloughing on the pre-press, but this is my pre-press right here.
Nice.
Just gotta pour it.
Nice, man.
And you just fucking smash that down.
I definitely have a case of the pre-pressed blues.
Nice little puck.
Nice. Dude, that Gorilla Glue, I can't wait to see when I'm going to be taking that down. I got to talk to Monster. I'm supposed to be making a trip to see him. And hopefully take some Gorilla Glue, Trichome Chasers exclusive down there to see what kind of return we can get on a squish off of LEDs.
Mm-hmm.
And with the dark helmet and the other one, we're going to, because he's squished all of them, same ones with HPS lights.
Mm-hmm.
And he tasted them too. He's hopefully going to do some smoke reviews for me.
Nice. Yeah, I got a 28% was my highest out of this. I had one crop that just frosted up so well. I think it was just because it was wintertime and it was perfect conditions. But this latest crop didn't frost up as much. But I got 28% returns off one of my presses with that really frosty crop. And then I've been getting, I got a 23% was my second highest, and then like 18 to 20% is pretty typical from what I've been getting.
That's definitely respectable.
And we still smoked the fucking pucks that are left over too.
I've been wondering what to do with mine. I got a little jar of pucks accumulating now.
Make
I think
edibles.
they taste good, honestly. Yeah, I might make them into edibles if I was you.
Yeah, that's what I.
Sometimes I'll grind them up and then run them through ISO, and I get like another 2 or 3%, 4%. Just depends on what you want to do with it.
Yeah, some of the oil that I made was from the rosin chips, and I did like about 10 grams to 4 ounces. 4 ounces of the coconut oil, and I'd say it came out pretty strong. So
Nice, man. I'm definitely familiar with doing coconut oil extractions too. So I'll...
Does it mean to just go silent for a minute?
It definitely did.
I know, I was like, I gotta stop this, you guys. I can't do this. I'm bad with silences, man.
LED builder.
No, me too. Man, me too.
Asking about what about pressing frosty leaves? Does that work? And like that's like the only thing that works for me, honestly, because I cannot get bags to work. I've tried stainless steel mesh bags, like from 25 microns up to 125 microns. Yeah, Ed 209, we're just pressing weed through, like I have a 20-ton press with some aluminum plates and some heaters on it. And just the heat and the pressure gets the THC oil and it just squishes it out. Or I guess the heat kind of melts it and then the pressure squishes it out.
have you tried those Chemex filters?
I probably not. I've tried a couple different ones I got off Amazon, and then I got some like stainless steel mesh filters through one of my suppliers at work that I thought would work, but it just fucking pressed stainless steel shards into my weed. It was the worst thing ever. I just threw all of it away.
Oh.
But yeah, the Chemex filters are technically coffee filters, but their only ingredient or whatever, I guess it's in Greek, I don't know, is cedar wood and water for the processing. So it's a relatively pure, in general terms, thing to be using.
Do you know what the micron is on them?
I don't.
Because I know some coffee filters are around 25, so that could be good for like sift or something.
Yeah, I'm not sure offhand.
Is my video coming through?
No, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Is it? It was for a second. I don't see it anymore, though.
LED.
I don't know if that's just me.
1,000 watts of HPS. I got the VPD, 81 degrees, 60% humidity. Or no, yeah, 60% right now. Dude, I got a 4-footer right here that is blocking the view of so many plants.
Nice.
There's just enough room for my dehumidifier and then a tote I throw the water in. Or I got to get this thing mounted on the wall so I can obtain about 3 gallons a day out of this thing, roughly.
You drain them with that?
This thing right here, look at the bark on that thing.
Nice.
Well, 11 foot from this wall, and then a half 12 foot. And the same thing from that wall over there to that wall.
Is this camera lagging for anybody else, or is that just me?
Yeah, it's lagging.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I got bad service out here in my room.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Lucky asked a question earlier in chat that I wanted to pose to everybody. What, who's everybody's favorite breeders?
That's a hell of a question.
Yeah.
Can we do a top 5?
Yeah, something in that range. 5, 6, 7, whatever rattles off.
Okay, because just narrowing it down to one, it's so hard, man.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite is whoever bred the gray vape that I used to have. Whoever that was. The gray vape I used to have.
Oh.
Don't have anymore.
But yeah, Cosa, I'd love to hear your list.
Okay, well, first of all, Matt Riot of Riot Seeds, he's definitely #1, man. He taught me most of what I know as far as breeding and growing and just overall plant knowledge. I have a lot of respect, a huge amount of respect and brotherly love for that guy. You know, some people are lucky enough to meet their heroes in their lifetime. I've gotten to smoke mine out. So he's been a huge part of my life, a huge partner, and his strains are just fucking dank, dude. And I don't say that lightly. Everything I've ever run from him turns out phenomenal. So huge props to Riot Seeds. Other than that, I would say heroes as of right now, Bodhi, definitely. That guy is doing some incredible work. Let's see. I want to give a shout out to Dirt Farmer Genetics. That guy's also doing some really great work. If you guys aren't following him on Instagram, definitely do that. And it's so hard to pick, you know. There's so many really great breeders. Another one that's a really rare gem nowadays would be AB Normal Seeds. Fo 20, another one of mentors. Just a phenomenal breeder as well. I have a couple of lines that are going to be coming out with some of his work. Keep an eye out for those. Mandelbrot, rest in peace, brother, or Mandelbrot, however you want to pronounce his name, did some just absolutely phenomenal work. I don't know, man. There's so many, and I guess lastly, like all the old school families that kept those true heirloom landrace strains going and perfected them all those years, you know. And I know that's a really broad one for the last, but yeah, I mean, without them, so many amazing strains would be lost.
Word, I could dig that. What about you, Haze?
Yeah, I agree. It's a hard question, and personally, I don't feel like I have enough experience to necessarily say. You know, I definitely need to run out a lot of more breeders stuff. But I have a lot of respect for, you know, and it's a little controversial, but I have a lot of respect for like greenhouse seeds. DJ Short, DJ Short, fucking definitely. Coming up was a big influence, or I mean, still is. I don't know. I like his flow and his blueberry and shit like that. I haven't run much other strains of his. You know, Ocean Grown seems like they're doing it pretty big. I like their open source platform, and you know, just being able to follow all that on social media and stuff is pretty cool. So I got to give a shout out to them. Canorado seems like they're doing some good stuff lately in terms of new strains. Fuck, man, yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of fucking breeders out there, to be honest. It's hard to even name them off. Yeah, I don't know.
Word. Yeah, shit. For my list, I'd probably start with, I guess, Bodhi and Melvinetics. Also Golden Coast Genetics, Dave Golden Coast. The guys over at Coastal Seeds, Kaigu and Bamboo and Bob Hemphill and Hannibal and all them. They do some great work.
Yeah, they do.
The Nature Farm, been digging a lot what he's been working with. He's newer, but I definitely dig his vision and what he's doing. I had a few others in my head before, but will be the list. Cannabiogen. I don't recall his name off top, but yeah. Yeah. People such as that. I don't know.
Word. I could dig it. Yeah, man, there's so many fucking breeders out there. A lot of cool cats too, you know. It's hard to support them all.
It really is, especially when the scene has just exploded over the last 5 years too.
Right.
Oh yeah, somebody in the chat was saying Ringo Soham Seeds is fantastic. Shouts out to Ringo, rest in peace.
Yeah, definitely shout out to Ringo.
Somebody else was saying Mr. Soul and them over at Brothers Grimm.
Where
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we missed so many big legends too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and somebody was mentioning that JD is picking up DJ's torch with the second generation genetics. Yeah, I think that's right. Doing a bunch of blueberry F5 or F4 crosses.
Right.
Yeah, he's doing those. He's doing the Grape Crush remix, which is a line that I personally am interested in. I worked an outcross of the original back in the day, and it is just fuego stuff, dude.
And man, that fucking, what is it, Black Rose that he's been posting the last few weeks that they're gonna like, they hit with it, but they're gonna search the progeny of that for clone releases. But god damn, that thing is beautiful.
Right.
Like, it's red.
Yeah, the one with the
It's not
variegated
a
leaves.
purple, but it's fucking red. I don't remember if it was variegated, but like, you can't mistake it when you see the flower shots of it. Like, the nugget's red.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking A. I want some of that.
Right?
Word, yeah. I don't even know who actually bred that originally, if that was like something like that. I have no idea. But yeah, that's a beautiful fucking line. Or at least Pheno, whatever. Like, I've never seen something that was that red before, you know?
Yeah, I have a friend who worked it out to about an F12 so far. He goes by East Coast Farmer, or did for a while. I think he's Farmer Joe 420 on Instagram. To run it before, it's amazing. The lineage that Seed Finder says is Black Russian crossed with Shiva skunk.
Word.
What's Gucci, fam? I'm back. I got shitty service.
Man.
As soon as my internet guy gets here tomorrow, I'm gonna have a brand new router. I'm gonna have better service. I told him not acceptable. I need better.
Dude, I feel your pain completely. I have satellite internet because I live out in a town of 3,000 people. It's available to me, and it's miserable, bro.
Damn. Yeah, I don't think mine's that bad. I mean, it is bad though. I can't even stream in my garage. Like, that's bad. If your house is only like 15 feet from your fucking house, you can't stream. You're like, what the hell?
Yeah, no, that's pretty poor.
And I don't know what I'm gonna do for my outdoor. I can never live stream from there. It's so far in the country. Like, I thought I went so far in the country, like I would never see a cop. And sure as hell, as soon as I put 12-foot poles in the air, they quit driving by at 55 miles an hour. They started driving by at like 20. I was like, man, this sucks. They're already on my shit, and I don't even have a plant on the property yet. Hopefully.
That sucks, dog.
It does, man. I was on a 10-foot ladder, and I'm like 6'1". I'm on the very top of this 10-foot ladder, so I'm like 16 feet in the air. And he goes by, and I was like, two thoughts came to mind. It's like, flip him off or wave to him. So I was like, fuck it, I'm waving. I started waving like Miss America to this guy, bro. He like literally almost stopped his car and just looked at me like, are you really waving at me?
Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
I was like, damn, there's two things I can do right now. At least this won't piss him off. And I was like, well, probably will. I start waving. The location I'm using, the elderly people that are there, like, we've seen a cop 2 times in 10 years, and they're like, that was the second time right there. I was like, damn, that sucked. But I'm an all legal facility, so I'm not worried about nothing. It's a pain in the ass when they come out there like once a week and they're like, can we see your paperwork? Can we go out there and count stalks? Like, knock yourselves out, boys. This year, I'm gonna put my privacy fencing 12 inches off the ground, so they don't actually have to come into my penned-in areas. They can go from the outside and look underneath the privacy fencing. Like my buddy last year, because he ran the privacy fencing from the ground up. He ran it up 8 foot. They actually had to go into his fenced-in areas to be able to count them. I'm making mine 12 foot off the ground because you can't see the first 12 inches off the ground from the road anyways. So hopefully I can avoid them by getting in there.
Where tell them that they gotta bring you some donuts to go count your stocks.
Right. Well, my buddy's joking. He said he's gonna put, instead of putting cookies and milk, he's gonna put like some moldy ass donuts and some milk underneath like a little cafe thing, like they would put like cake under. He's like, we're just gonna always have the same milk and like donuts for when they come over. Like, you sure you don't want your donuts from last time?
Shit.
Yeah. We try to be the polite assholes, like, because you can imagine the look on his face when you offer him milk and donuts, and he goes, "Oh hell yeah!" and then you point at it like, "Right there it is, man." Just the look on his face would be priceless. Pretty stoked still though. Are you doing? Anybody else doing outdoor?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I'm doing outdoor this year too.
Hell yeah! How many plants you running?
Right now I have 16 outside, but I'm going to be filling up my space a lot more.
Nice. I think I'm gonna be allowed to have 72, but I feel like that's kind of excessive. So I'm gonna just chop it back to like 70.
Just 70. He's all, I don't know about those extra 2.
Right? Those extra 2.
Well, it just gives me that, like, I can at least say when they come, like, hey, we're 2 under our limit. You know what I mean? Instead of being like, yo, we're maxed out to the brim. We're at the threshold.
That's cool.
I'm hoping it goes out good. Like, a couple of my buddies last year, they were telling them, like, you might have grown too good because in Michigan, you're only allowed to have, as a caregiver, 2.5 ounces for each one of your patients. So technically, you're only allowed to have, they call it a Michigan caregiver pound because it's only 15 ounces. This is what you're legally allowed to be able to carry at any given moment. And they were basically saying, you know, they can tell that there's going to be more than that. So that's why they come in October for us.
Ooh.
But that's why
that's
I'm hoping
rough,
light
man.
depth. Yeah, see, I'm going to hope in light depth 30 clones, even though, you know, the way I look at it, even if they're, you know, we let them veg for 2 weeks and then flip them to flower, you know, start tarping them, we should be able to pull 3-4 ounces of plant. Hopefully somewhere in that, because they're going to be right in virgin land too. If we can pull that, you know, that's 30 plants. If we can even just get 2 ounces a piece, I mean, it's 60 ounces. You know, that's a good haul for right now, for a halfway season point. But all my 45-gallon pot ones are going to be like, I'm hoping for like a pound or maybe 2 a piece.
You should do better lives.
Do 5.
Depending on how long you get to veg, of course. I said you should get better than a pound in 45s.
Right. Oh, yeah. It's my first time, so I know I'm going to come into complications, but I've had some pretty good luck considering I've only been growing for like a year and a half, almost a year and a half, pretty much. Maybe just over a year and a half.
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, no, I think you're selling yourself short. I think you're going to get way more than a pound in 40.
Oh, yeah. I mean, my buddy last year here in Michigan, he used 100-gallon smart pots, and he hit almost 5 pounds of plant in Michigan.
Right on. That's all. I know out there it's hard to keep those big plants too because of all the humidity.
Yeah, a lot of people lose them to bud mold, and they're like, "Oh, I got this giant cola, man. It's like 8 inches around." I'm like, "How much bud mold's in there?" They're like, "Well, what are you talking about?" I'm like, "We'll see at the end of the season." Half of them got like a giant tote. They're like, "We want to push this for extracts. It's got mold." I'm like, "I ain't touching it." I'm like, "You can do that. I'm not." I told them straight.
Or, "Hey, bro, can you wash this for me?"
Yeah, like, That's why I tell them, I'm like, just go have a big bonfire with all your friends. I was like, and then throw it on there when you got nothing but hot coals. I was like, just stand around the fire. Good luck.
That's the PM cookies, bro.
Oh, I forgot that exclusive shit. Shit.
Yeah, that worthless genetics
Yeah.
PM.
What's that? Is that the P line?
Yeah, exactly, the P line.
Yo, dude, I'm telling you, bro, gets you extra high. That PM cookie.
Is that before or after you punch bitches, though?
That's after I punch bitches, yeah. Of course.
Yo, where's the rest of the team at tonight, bro? I just started making it to these things. You know what I'm saying? Like I was skipping out for like 3 or 4 weeks straight. I was missing out. I mean, I was building. I wasn't skipping. I was building. So I had a good excuse.
All right, a little dead tonight. I don't know where's everyone at. They must be out partying or doing some shit.
Yeah, is there like a convention we didn't get invitations to, or something going on? Here?
Are we missing out on something?
I think we need to do. Well, I guess we are doing our own thing, huh?
Man.
Right. So, hey, what's Coast? What's your favorite strand? I know it's probably already been asked, but
actually, it hasn't, and that's another really good question. And it's another one that I probably need to give another like 2 to 3, maybe 4 answers to, because just one is so hard to pick.
Oh, for sure.
I remember when I was a younger cat growing up in the early 2000s, 30 myself. I'm a young guy. That I encountered from one of my buddies. He called it Grandmaster Bubblegum. And I was breaking it up, loading the bowl for us. And so sticky after loading it into the bowl that I could not pull them apart. Unless I even forced to get them apart, dude. It was no joke. The stickiest bud I've ever encountered, and I've never seen anything else like that before. Remember what the high was like or the flavor, but man, I just remember that stickiness, because not being able to pull your fingers apart was just crazy at the time.
Oh yeah, it's like when you see it like pulling your skin apart. Like you can see it, like there's that tension. You can see the skin pulling and sticking.
Exactly, man. Exactly.
Oh yeah, I like that weed. You get so sticky, like you break it up, and then you try to light the lighter, but you can't because your thumb is so sticky.
That's what I've been experiencing with my Girls Gone Wild and my Groots fruit after this KNF harvest, man. It's crazy.
Oh yeah.
Isn't that kind of frustrating? I'm like, I can't light the fucking lighter.
Yeah, that's when that pointer finger comes in handy, man.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I think the first time I ever had that problem was the first time I smoked Chem Dog. Like I couldn't light the lighter. I couldn't get my finger to come. Like when I was trying to roll the paper, I kept ripping papers because it was stuck to my finger. And I tried to like tuck it, and it just wouldn't tuck, and it would just rip every time. I was like, shit.
Oh yeah, man. Any of those heavy resinous strains like Chem Dog, any white crosses or TK crosses, no way in hell you're gonna light your lighter.
Yeah, I'm really interested in trying to find a good White Widow strand, a really nice cut of some White Widow. I have some White Widow coming from my for the 91 octane cartridges. We have a White Widow, but it's not something I personally grew. So that's kind of what I want to get to, is get a nice White Widow cut that I can grow out myself.
Dude, good luck finding that.
Right, I know. I've had great luck so far, let me tell you. I've had people like DM me and shit, and I've had people hit me up from YouTube, and they're like, "Oh, I got it." And I'm like, "Well, do you know, like, where'd you get it from? Like, do you have any like proof where you got it from or anything?" No, I got it from my buddy. I'm like, I'll take a cut, I'll try it out, but then I never get the cut, so I was like,
Yeah, there's a lot of pretendos, guys, that just want to say they have something out there to run their mouth or whatever. I don't even know what it is, man. It's crazy.
Photon is in the building, you guys. We're not.
Welcome back, Photon.
Yeah, we are not a tripod.
I'm back.
He's a phantom.
Oh, fuck, we weren't a tripod anyways. There was 4 of us in here. Shit. I'm high. I've been sipping too much syrup today, guys.
Tripod, tetrapod, whatever.
We were at a fucking table, man. Now we got a chair. Oh, man. So what are you up to, Photon?
This right here, actually.
Yeah, I like your logo. That's dope as hell.
Yeah, I know. I'll show up. So, taking data at 6 inches right now.
Damn, dude, that's 300 watts.
Got my spectrometer out. So, about to screen share, actually. Let's see here.
Hold on, you said
300 watts right there, though.
Yeah, it's 300 watts over like a 5x5 area.
That looks really bright.
Map it out. Application window.
That looks hella bright, dude. That looks nice.
Yeah, that footprint looks on point.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. Like the Spectrum Kings are nice.
I was taking it at 16 inches last night, and let's see here. I was at around 350 to 400 ppfd everywhere at 16 inches at 300 watts, which is pretty good for
nice, man. Nice.
Watts. But I'm about to take it at 6 inches, like how Fluence does, and see how it stands up to that.
Hell yeah, man. I'd like to get my hands on a meter like that. Like, the Spectrum Kings are nice and everything, but I'd really like to see, like, how far off does it really take before that line starts dropping, before that, like, your intensity, because other things are, like, they work good and everything, but it's got a big center point on it, like the light you just showed us, like, that's got a good spread on that, like, I like that.
Yeah, what did that spectrometer run you? About 60?
Yeah, it was $6,000, yeah.
Damn.
So what you're looking at right now is the software for it, and I'm setting my acquisition time right now. That, and I have to calibrate it. This.
That's what's up.
So calibration done.
So how many lights have you built, Photon?
How many lights did I build?
Yeah, like how many have you built since you started, building lights and stuff?
Oh, dude, I couldn't tell you. A few dozen, at least. I mean, probably 50. Just different prototypes and stuff. Just trash right away. But I got a couple designs coming out that, I've got these boards, and then I've got other boards coming out that are just it's just a LED PCB that I just find the spectrum on. These ones are actually just 4K, so I just literally just got 4K diodes printed onto a PCB. But I got some other ones coming out. Well, I have ones out that have a custom spectrum, and then I got some other ones coming out with a more flower-oriented spectrum than the wavy boards or the sun boards I got out right now. But I'm really just using these right now to get some cash flow to get my actual designs patented and UL or ETL listed, and then really start making money. Because I got one design that's a direct PS replacement that's really cheap to make, really easy to make, and I think is actually going to shit on 1,000 watt HPS.
Oh, yeah.
I know it will because I've tested it, but I just got to get it UL listed so I can get it into commercial operations.
That's what's up, dude. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Yeah, right on, man.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fucking hard
By the looks
work.
of that thing, it's going to do work.
Yeah, you ever need a beta tester, you let me know.
Yeah, on the real.
Right?
When you buying that,
Hey, remember, I was first.
Bro.
What was that?
When you buying the Trichome shaker ticket hat.
Tickets hat.
The whole team needs one, man.
Yeah, I know.
The kick it spot.
Fucking ask Hi Guy, man. He bought some from me, and I hooked him up. I just don't want to I'm not fucking rolling in dough, so I can't just send out a bunch of free shit. But if you order something, I'll fucking, if that pays for the shipping, then I'll just break even on, shit that you guys order.
Shit,
So
I'll have you build something.
This is where we're sitting at 6 inches right now. right underneath.
Damn. That looks like the scale off my SK600, bro. That's what it looks like.
So the par umoles per meter squared per second, that's the ppfd or your par value that everybody reports. And I'm getting 840 right here at 6 inches, and it'll pretty much be 840 everywhere over this. I mean, we're under the board, so over this 4x4 area. Right in the middle, right here, between the two boards is probably going to be the worst. And that's looking, depending on where you're looking at. I really don't have the right aperture for this. I have a narrow degree aperture. I really should have a 180 degree aperture, but still looking at, 450 right in the middle there. And that's, let me stop screen sharing. I can't see.
Hey, we got a kind buffalo in the building.
What?
So that's,
What's going on, fellas? Sorry I couldn't stay in it earlier, man. I'm just getting off work, man, and my signal was bad at the job, man. Sorry I couldn't be there earlier.
yeah.
What's up, man?
But that's where you're getting 450, 50 right in the middle of the two boards. Then back over here is where you're getting the 850, 900 out here under any of the boards. And these are only running at 1050 right now. So these are all running off a single HLG 320, and it's pulling 305 watts from the wall. So yeah, I actually run basically the same fixture, but not ghetto because it's tied to a grate upstairs in one of my flower rooms. But I run two 320s. It's total 75 watts per board. And my numbers are about double what these are. I mean, pretty much exactly double what these are. So I'd be looking at like 1600 ppfd at 6 inches under my fixture. I think I measured it at like 1400 because it's not linear and doesn't go straight up. But yeah, light's it's a intricate fucking thing to measure. I'll tell you that much.
Nice. What's the highest PPFD value you ran in a flower without light bleaching?
Without bleaching, probably under my Vero 29 fixture, I got up to my 600 watt fixture upstairs because that's sitting at like, that's got to be above 1800 ppfd, like really close to it, and I can let my plants touch that fixture. I wonder if I could, it's on, I'm going upstairs. I'm fucking figure this out.
CO2 supplementation with that.
Only have 8% battery. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. I don't know if I'm gonna make it, guys. Just for reference, this is my hold on 1 second. This is my veg light. That's my 150 watt Phantom 150 in my bathroom. So that's actually that's a lot of light. I did not realize that was that bright. But those are the ones that I put in that commercial op yesterday.
Are you pulling a grow mow and you got lights in the shitter?
Lights in the shitter? Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Taking a shower raises your VPD. I mean, it's great. I keep a CO2 tank like right next to the toilet too. So like whenever I'm just taking a shit, I'll just give them like my clones a blast of CO2.
Oh my god, bro, you're not even lying. That's what's so funny. Hilarious.
How you guys doing tonight, man?
Doing great, man. Doing great.
Hey, I'm doing pretty good, man. Thanks for being on the show, man. Appreciate it.
Hey, thank you for having me. I'm honored, truly.
Yeah, I've been catching your live streams on Instagram, man.
All right, on. I seen you out there. I appreciate that, man.
Oh, yeah, sharing the love in the community, man. That's what it's all about.
Yes, sir. You know, I just try to do what my mentors did for me, spread the knowledge. It's all free, you know?
Yeah, that's what's up. So we got Blunt, Photon, and Purple. Is that Frosty I see?
Yep. Am I Frosty in the building?
What up, Frosty? Ah, man. So how many we still got watching? I think when I came in, I seen it said 31 was watching still.
31 badass motherfuckers.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
So what
Shout
topic did
out to everybody in the chat right now.
What topic did you guys cover tonight, Perp?
Let's see, we did a little bit of coverage on stress testing. I think we covered traits to look for in selecting males. You know, Cosa genetics, the lines that Cosa has been working with and have bred. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I don't know. I probably missed something. I'm over here smoking a big old king-size fucking doobie.
Right. Hey, do you have much? Have you grown any autos?
Yeah, I've grown quite a few autos, actually.
We got a guy on the team, Jason Love. You know, he did my intro for me and everything, but he asked me a question. I really couldn't answer it. But the question was if he did heat stress on autos, if he tried to stress them out to make them Hermes so that he could create, collect pollen from them. Is that possible with autos?
Absolutely.
Okay.
S1 and auto just like you can a regular photoperiod plant. No problem.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I hope he watches the tail end of the show. That answers his question because he was asking me about that. And I told him I really didn't know. I've grown a couple autos in my day, but I didn't know if you could actually heat stress them enough to where they would Hermes and have a successful, pollination from it.
Yeah, absolutely you can. Actually, every cannabis plant has both male and female parts in it at all times. It's just a matter of if they get stressed out to the point where it wants to show them. So yeah, it's definitely possible for auto itself. But I know that there are quite a few S1 lines of autos out there, or feminized seeds, you know?
Yeah, I've had much experience with autos myself. I've never even grown one out.
Man, autos get a lot of hate, but there's a time and a place for them, honestly.
Yeah, well, what you up to? We go to driving home, or what's good? I hear a bunch of the day.
I'm sorry, fellas. I'm cutting in and out, driving in this rain.
Oh, you're driving.
I was going to say, it sounds like we're in a storm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to get back to my screen so I can mute my mic when I'm not talking.
No, it's all good, man. Drive safe.
Don't stream and drive.
Right? They say don't text and drive. Shit, don't stream and drive.
Yeah, but that's good to know about the autos. I've been thinking about maybe after, running a couple more grows, going back into running autos, especially like that super auto that I heard a lot about. Have you had a chance to do anything with those?
I have not. I haven't run very many auto lines. I just know about them because at one point I was maybe planning on breeding some, but that plan never came to fruition.
Well, that's what's up, man. I'm pretty sure you guys already covered like any projects that you're working on right now at this time.
We touched on it a little bit, but I'm more than happy to talk about it again,
So anything good in the works right now?
Oh, absolutely, man. If you're a sativa lover, I got a couple of new cuts for the sativa guys out there. We'll be working with the Durban Thai High Flyer, which is original Sensible Seed Co. stock. It's a really, 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 really exciting cut. If you guys aren't familiar with it, definitely do a quick Google search because it is a blast from the past, man. I also have an Apollo 13 cut. It's from an F6 line from Sinister Seeds. Very classic sativa strains. I'm thinking of hitting both those moms with a DDNL male. It'll be a ChemD dominant male. So it should instill those very high yielding, very resinous traits. And of course, the flavors off all three of those are just going to be insane.
So what do you, when you say flavors, what type of flavors are those giving off? What type of terps are those giving off?
Well, the Apollo 13, the cut that I have specifically is a rotten mango terp. So that combined with kind of like the fuely sandalwood taste of the chem, I imagine could produce some really, really interesting things, especially if you get, that mango terp with the frostiness of the chem. It's just going to be great. But again, it really just depends on what phenos make themselves known, We won't know until we breed it and test it.
Yeah, I think I think a couple of us on our team are really wanting to, venture off into that way and test our waters in that part right there. I just like pheno hunting, man. I really do. I really like just I like growing on a lot of multi-strain is what I like to grow. But yeah, that sounds interesting, with the two that you were talking about. So those are your moms. So.
A few more than that, but those are just a couple of the ones that I'm thinking about offhand. We talked about the G2D2 project earlier, which is 2 chem dog strains and 2 grape strains in that cross. I'm going to be F2ing that. My girl's going to be F2ing. I also have some stuff that I'm going to be working with the Alien OG. I recently acquired that cut, so we're going to see what happens. And then some other things that I'm really excited about. I'm going to have a very solid cherry line coming soon with something called the Cherry Slider from our brother Pho20, from AB Normal Seeds. I'm talking about earlier too. It's just like the most cherry Kool-Aid amazing smell that I've ever seen on a cannabis plant or smelled on a cannabis plant. Like I've only had a really good cherry pie once that had that really real cherry smell, but this even takes that out of the water.
Dude, you gotta holler at your boys over there.
Yeah, that sounds sweet, man. And you start talking about cherry Kool-Aid, man. You start talking hood talk to me, bro. Yeah, we definitely might have to
That's really the perfect way that I can describe it. Is it smells exactly like rigoury cherry Kool-Aid tastes.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there. Right now, I got this horticulture resource. I believe it. Ain't that the name of the company, Perp? Horticulture Resource Company, I believe. That sent us the tansy, the orange tansy cross.
Oh, it's the horticulture company.
Yeah. So I got a couple of us on the team got a couple of those orange tansy crosses that he did. I'm kind of excited about popping those somewhere real soon down the road too. See what type of
Nice.
profile we can. one other question I wanted to ask you, man, and I'll leave you alone. I have a
No worries. Ask away.
I got a pure Kush. It's a Fem seed. It's Fem from Canuck Seeds in Canada. Haven't popped it yet. Been thinking about popping it. How much interaction will I have to do with that to like? Let's say if I wanted to cross that with, I got an orange OG Kush, which is a regular seed. Let's say I found a male out of that I wanted to cross with that pure Kush. How much work would I have to put in, do you think, to maybe probably, or how many times do you think I would have to do that to maybe get a stabilization in the seed?
That is a really, really, really interesting question, man. Honestly, it depends on and the father pheno how stable they are as cuts itself. You know, that's where it starts. Then you have to test the progeny.
All right. So it is possible.
I mean, just depending. Yeah, it's for sure possible. You see a lot of guys incorporating feminized stock into their breeding. Don't go to that level to make sure that they're releasing stable lines. And I imagine possibly after, I don't know, it's really hard to say, man, because traits they're crazy with cannabis. Genetics in cannabis is absolutely insane, especially since it's always recombining genetics as well. So if you get that one cut in your line and say you're at like an F3 or something, and you run it once, and then the next time you run it, it herms out, and you made the F4 on that first run, you're gonna be like, fuck, you know?
Yeah.
So it's real tough to work feminized line. If I were you, to be totally honest, dude, I would start with something from regular seed or a good verified OG cut, which I know is super hard to come by, but they definitely do exist.
Yeah, I was also thinking
And any
about
OG.
maybe,
Oh,
I was
go
thinking
ahead,
about
man.
maybe
Sorry.
just keeping it feminized. I was thinking about just keeping it feminized and just like maybe crossing it with another feminized strain. Maybe have a better success that way than trying to, going with a regular.
Also, kind of a real touchy subject too, because then you're crossing two hermaphroditic dominant plants at that point.
I didn't think about it that way. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that's what I was
So
trying
potentially you could come up with some decent seed, but a lot of it could be really risky for a lot of people's gardens.
There you go. Okay, now I got you.
I totally agree with that, Cosa. I was telling that to my boy recently because he sat on crossing the Gorilla Glue back with itself, so that's one. And I'm like, dog, all you're doing is just breeding fucking perm shit, dog. Like, and I don't know. I think I finally got that through to his head, but I don't know.
No, that's totally right, man. That's exactly right. And it's what some of the people in the chat were talking about too, with what's happool, is with these feminized seeds that have come out, and a lot of breeding with feminized seeds on top of feminized seeds and stuff. It's really screwed some things up in a really serious way. So that's why I kind of said earlier with the breeder's code, it's up to us to use good judgment in what we.
Yeah, because I've seen like there's a in-house right now. They got a lot of like purple punch crosses, but they're all fem, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I want to spend $150 on that, knowing the fact that the probability of running into Hermes could be a little bit high, wouldn't you think?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, with any S1 line, that clone-only strain, reversing it, and you're hitting probably other clone-only lines most of the time, you have a really, really high chance for failure there. It happens with everybody's lines, no matter who it is. But yeah, that's the risk that you take when you make S1 seed, is just that you're going to carry that trait over.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
But what if you're trying to do that? I'm just kidding.
No. Well, if you're
So you're
trying
saying
for it, then hey, you're winning.
So you're saying if you're purposely trying to create the D line, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. D-Log.
Exactly, bro. If you want to replicate that D line.
What's good, Frosty?
Ah, man, I got the munchies, so I had to bail out again.
Bro, did you drink all your chocolate milk already?
I did actually, dude. I was pissed. I was like, man, I'm about to go to the gas station, but it's like 3:50 in the morning. I was like, fuck, I can't drink no more chocolate milk.
Man, fuck that. Drink some chocolate milk this late in this or this time of night. Yeah, we in trouble. Somebody better not be in the bathroom.
Oh man, I probably drank a half gallon of chocolate milk today.
So what's good with you, Frosty? How you doing, man?
Oh, I'm spackling over here, man. I'm getting all geeked up for the outdoor season starting up.
Yeah.
Then I'll be flipping when I take my plants to my outdoor for veg. I'm gonna flip my whole indoor garden to flower. So then that way, when my indoor is done flowering, my outdoors going to go to flower, and then I can go. I think I want to try to grow some from seeds. I'm finally cracking on my bean collection.
Right.
After being in that Seed Junkies Anonymous, man, it's kind of making me itch to crack some beans now. I'm like, and then out of a half pound of my Gorilla Glue Trichome Chasers exclusive, I got like 3 seeds so far. So I'm like really geeked to pop them out and see.
Speaking of that, you see my message in the chat, right?
No, I haven't went back that far.
I need that Gorilla Glue, bro.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I seen that one. Yeah, I'll have some clones of it already here shortly, and then I'm gonna be popping that one from seed. Hopefully, I can get that to be a mom, because then I can get it from seed. That would be nice to have a mama from seed.
Yeah, I need that Gorilla Glue.
Yeah, I'm gonna be coming down that way. I gotta swing over and grab some new dark helmet cuts and do some squishing. So
right,
I'll probably.
Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. That will work.
Oh yeah. But other than that, though, man, everything's been great over this way. I don't know if you missed out. I got some new vape pens hitting the market soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, 91 octanes the name. And going fast is my game, man.
91 octane. That's what's up.
Like, I'm just saying, like, that name is so catchy. Like, if I was standing in a crowd and you smell some fire and you're like, bro, what you smoking? And I'm like, I'm smoking that 91 octane. That makes me want to smoke it because you said the name 91 octane. Like, who wants to smoke some racing fuel? I'm down.
I feel you.
But yeah, man, kind of just autopiloting right now. The outdoors and indoor vegging. I got a little bit of flowers kicking right now. Everything's pretty laid back. How's the frost den popping?
Man, I got to revamp the frost den, man. I'm moving, so I had to pull a couple things down because I'm about to move and put into a different location. So, but I still got my seedlings going and everything and stuff like that. So, but this location it's going to be a lot better for me to grow in. You know what I mean? And do what I want to do. So be looking out for them update videos here in about the next week or two.
Hell yeah, I can't wait, man. That's what I'm talking about. Is it a little bit bigger space or the same space, you think? Or same?
No, it's going to be a little bit bigger when I'm growing in, to where I'll be able to actually run my 4x8 tent, my 4x4, 2 3x3s, and still be able to like put my flood and drains in the actual room. You know what I'm saying? So I can have my tents and then so I can actually go from like veg to flower and keep it like a perpetual. I mean, just keep it going the whole time instead of vegging and then flower in the same tent and then waiting and then starting all over again. You know what I mean?
Oh, I feel you on that. I feel you.
So I'll be able to put my flood and drains out. They won't be in the tent. Those won't be in the tent because what I did notice, man, it was hella hard now that it started warming up trying to keep that humidity down with those DWC buckets and totes and flood and drain tables in the tent, man. I couldn't pump enough cool air in them or even run, like I can run my dehumidifier
Just want to silent on us, buddy.
I think we might have lost him.
I thought I heard a phone ringing. So, Costco, how long you been growing for?
Just a little under a decade now, man. It's been a journey.
Damn, a decade? That's a minute.
Yes, sir.
They only been in it for like a year. I started like 2015, I think. October 2015 is when I started.
Right on. So you're coming up on 2 years.
Yeah, I'll be up on my 2-year mark soon. It was hella nice.
Cool,
like,
man.
Someone like Monster, Monster OG's been in the game for a long time. He tried like my third harvest, and he's like, I wish I was growing weed this good on my first year. He's like, real talk. So I was like, hell, that made me feel like geeked when I heard somebody like with that kind of stature in the community, you know what I'm saying, to say it was good. I was like, hell yeah, I'm on the right path then. And every time it just seems to be getting better and better.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, man. Absolutely. And I feel like a lot of the younger cats and people just coming into the game like you, they have a really big advantage with how much information is out there now compared to 5-10 years ago, even when we only had Jorge Cervantes and Ed Rosenthal and a couple of High Times mags.
Oh yeah, I met George Cervantes. I got to give him my weed too.
I got to give him my seeds at Emerald 2014. It was pretty cool, man. I don't know if he ever grew them, but just getting to shake his hand and give him my work was pretty rad.
Yeah, same here. I got a picture of it. I met him at a Hash Bash Cup. And they were driving him through the crowd on a golf cart, and I'm like, Jorge, and then like you seen him kind of looking, so I'm like, yo, George, right here, man. I was like, I got a gift for you. I came like 200 miles to give it to you, and I gave him a bag of my G13 and a bag of my Frosted Flake, and he was like, oh, thanks,
that's awesome.
Cool. It's already rolled up too. I was like, yeah, man. Had my YouTube and shit all on there. I was waiting for him to hit me up or something and be like, yo, it's good. But I know he smoked it because one of my friends, she does like modeling. And she was sitting in the back where he was at, and she said that she got to hit it, and she asked him where he got it at because she knows what my stuff tastes like, and she's like, I know the guy that grows this stuff, and he's like, it was so weird, just came out of the crowd and handed me a bag. He's like, 2 people asked for a signature, and this guy's offered me something for free. I was like, yeah.
Right on.
Good way to put an impression.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dope. Right. He's a pretty hard guy to miss too. He's always got a goofy button-up shirt on.
Yeah.
I miss George with his fake dreads, dog.
Those were the best. And the big goofy glasses. Yeah.
Damn, I must have missed that. I gotta see if I can find that picture now. I've never seen that.
Oh, yeah, that's old school.
Yeah. Doc. Really show your face with that. Throw on this wig. Glasses, bro.
Yep. Throw on the glasses, throw on the bandana, throw on whatever you could.
Oh, wait a minute. I think I know what you're talking about, where he did like the how-to build videos.
Oh yeah. He did a grow outdoor series. He did a bunch of videos, I think some indoor stuff.
I think I might have seen a bit. Now you said something like he used to wear like a black flat hat on top of the dreads. I think I seen that. Now you said something about that. I seen that.
He's a goofy dude.
Yeah, like some of the things that he does kind of blew my mind. Like like soaking your butt in hydrogen peroxide and stuff. Like I guess it would work, but I don't know. You could just grow stuff without powder mildew on it too.
That's the goal, right? But,
right.
Yeah. Dude is an OG for sure, man. I grew up on Cervantes, and I got so much fucking respect for that dude.
Oh, definitely. That's like the only book I have is the Marijuana Grow Bible from George Cervantes. Got I forget how many colored pictures in there, but it's labeled right on the front, like 500 colored pictures in that book. It really helps really helps for when you're really trying to diagnose a problem. And he's got like when I first got my mites, I wasn't sure, and then looking at his stuff, like the different stages, it was so much easier to be able to tell stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. If you guys want to talk books, I could talk books for a minute.
Right.
Yeah, that's the only one I ever messed with was the George Cervantes.
Yeah, big shout outs
Oh,
to
dude.
Cervantes and Ed Rosenthal, like Cosa was saying, Mel Frank. I grew up with the Mel Frank's Deluxe Grower's Guide. That was like my first book that I ever got.
Yeah, so
Greg Green has been holding it down for years. Robert Connell Clark, the God.
Word. Yeah, big ups.
Oh yeah.
If you guys don't have a copy of Marijuana Botany in your collection by Robert Connell Clark, it is essential, dude. Go out and grab it tomorrow.
Yeah, you should drop that in the chat because I have like short-term memory loss, man. You should totally drop that shit in the
No
chat
worries.
one time.
Yeah, I think this dude on YouTube, Surrounded by Keith, was reading that. He had read that on his YouTube channel. But yeah, I definitely need to go cop that book for sure.
Yeah, I can't wait. I know there's a lot more for me to learn, especially doing this big outdoor. Like, first time doing outdoor, and I'm trying to do like 70 plants out there.
That's what's up, dog. I'm really excited for you, bro.
Dude, me too. It takes those, big steps before you really learn to walk. So, big ups, man.
Yeah, it's my first time ever building anything. Like, I dug my own holes, fucking 16-foot poles, and I got like 4 foot worth of pole in the ground, 12 out the ground. I guess I didn't build quite square. I can tell you that the building is not square and professional. You can definitely. I like it though. I like it's authentic. Like it's my first one.
Hey, that's cool. I built my first greenhouse this year too, so I definitely feel that, man.
Oh, yeah.
It may not be perfectly square, but it's mine and it's gonna rock it.
That's what's up. I think we are going all night, man. It's like 4 a.m.
Brad, it's only 1:03 here. I had 2 energy drinks. I'm ready, man.
Yeah, that's what's up. It's like 4 a.m. here. I crash out at like 5, and I'm back up at like 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. Now I go all day. Cause I got my 2 rooms at my house, which is considered one garden. I have 2 outdoor spots. One's a 32 by 32, 10-foot tall. And then the other one's my 2 facilities. And then I have another indoor garden going. This dude, he only grows with T5s. It's kind of strange, but he gets good results out of it. He only flowers though.
Oh yeah, you can rock some T5s.
I didn't think you could, man. Like I was like, oh yeah, there's no way. And then like I went over there and he had a cola probably like the size of like a 1-liter bottle, and I was like, where the hell did you get that? And he's like, up on T5. I was like, shut up, no you didn't. I didn't believe him, so he took me down there, showed me where he cut it off, and I was like, okay, you might be on something here.
What spectrums was he growing under? Was it the vegetative bulbs or the flower bulbs, or a combination?
Yeah, he had the combination. I'm not sure what brand, but he had like every other bulb was a different color. It was weird looking. Some of them even look like just like I forget what they were. There's it's like the logo's got like a hand holding onto a light bulb. I'm trying to think of what it's called. I can't think of the name, but yeah, he had like full on mixed spectrum in there, and it came out pretty good. Like hopefully, I'm hoping tomorrow, because I'm going to my outdoor to we're putting the roof on top of the 30 by 30 tomorrow. I'm hoping to. If we get that done, I'll be posting a new YouTube video tomorrow with some updates on that.
Nice, man.
Trying to make as much happen as possible, really, but with all staying within the guidelines of the law too.
Yeah, that's important for all of us, staying within the guidelines of the law.
Yeah. Unless you're just gonna be like, punching bitches and shit, then it's just like you might as well go all out.
I've been there, done that. Balls to the wall.
Whatever, dude. I mean, sometimes at the same time, you don't want to get shot by the police, so you got to follow the law, I guess. But I'm just kidding. But yeah, when I'm not punching bitches, sometimes I grow weed.
Right.
No.
Well, see, I'm gonna have good privacy fencing up. So when I punch my bitches in the fenced in area, I don't know if anybody really see it. I don't know. I seen that like Meadow Grow boys. They did that shit. They were out there like boxing their plants and stuff on their Instagram account. It was like some older ones they had from back like last year, I think. They were out there like drop kicking their plants and stuff. They're like, "Oh, we're testing the durability." I was like, "That's some shit."
That's what's up.
Yeah, when I seen Purple Haze, I seen that like I punch bitches. I was like, damn. I was like, he hangs out with mad dope guys.
That's funny, dude. I'll have to go check out those videos.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the IG. I'll have to see. I don't know if it was on their YouTube, but I know for sure their Instagram. I was seeing all kinds. You'd see them like start punching and then go like slow motion with it, like they'd like slow motion camera it. It looked pretty cool. Their plants were pretty durable, man, because that dude was actually punching them, and you could see the plant too. Like when they hit it, like that shit would just bend like crazy, but it wasn't snapping though.
Yeah, I don't know, dog. I'd be a little worried to fucking give one of my trees one of my back kicks, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, man. Do like that Van Damme, man, roundhouse. Or no, it's that Patrick Swayze roundhouse kick, bro. That's what you gotta watch out for. Or if you go like Chuck Norris, man, like they don't even stand a chance. Like that's what somebody needs to come up with a strain called Chuck Norris, dude, because it'll just kick your ass. Like it's got to be good weed if you name it Chuck Norris. Like,
Yeah, where's the Chuck Norris, bro?
I want to say that there is maybe a Chuck Norris clone only. I'm gonna Google it just to see.
that would be crazy. Like I've never heard of it, but that would be like awesome if there was. Because like you could just
Right?
imagine, like it's got to be good.
Now there's a Chuck Berry, but no Chuck Norris.
Huh. Never know, man. It could be in the making one day.
Right?
Like I'm hoping to cross my Frosty.
Be that guy.
Yeah, like I'm hoping to take my Frosty Flake. I was gifted non-Hermie problems. Never had a Hermie one out of this thing, so this one's a golden goose for me. But I'm hoping to cross it with something good one day and make it into 91 octane. You know, to match my cartridges. Basically, I'd like to come up with like cross my because the Frosty Flake was a gift to me, and shit, that the first time I ever had a half-pound of plant was growing my Frosty Flakos in 5-gallon smart pots. I hit half-pound a piece. I was under 600-watt LED, 4 plants per light, and I was hitting 2 pounds of light.
Nice, man.
And I think a lot of it had to play was it being the G13 and the Northern Lights. You know, having some outdoor strands in there really helped that weight. And it came out. I would like to think it was A plus, bud. A lot of my buddies were like, you know, it's like really. They said it was like a solid A, but they like it could have been better. But they said it was pretty good stuff though, and it was the first time I touched the pheno or anything that I flowered out. So the next time it should just keep getting better. I hope.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're absolutely right too. The Northern Lights is definitely known to really, really stack on the weight. So the lineage is there for it to be a good yielder too.
Yeah, the G13, man, that G13 is really good yielder too. I ran straight G13 and the Frosty Flake. And so the Frosty Flake, I think, was the G13, Northern Lights, and Blueberry F2 cross, and that was a good yielder. I had some nice colas. They were like size of like I don't know, a little bit bigger than a 1 liter, like and as big as round as a 1 liter. But
right on.
This time around, I'll have them in 15-gallon pots, so I'm gonna be able to tell like, is there a difference, or should I go back to using my 5s? I was told by a guy called on Instagram. His name is SoCal Pharms. He told me basically he's the one that talked me into using 45-gallon smart pots. I was going to use originally 100s, and he basically said 100 is wasted space. He's like, I would go with 45s or 30s for outdoor, you can get more feedings, and as long as you got them up on pallets and stuff, he said they'll dry out faster. And you get more feedings in than to have bigger root zones. He said it's actually better. He thinks it's better to have more feedings and smaller root zones because it produces better, I guess, for him.
Yeah, it really, like we were saying earlier, it depends on the grow style. It's all preference, you know?
Definitely. I'm hoping to see if I could hit a half pound in a 5. I'm really hoping to hit, you know, a pound in a 15, but just depends, you know?
Yeah. You seen those Mendo guys, you know, they'll do like fucking, 500,000 gallon fucking pots. I mean, have the huge 14, 20 footers, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, I got a soil company here in Michigan. I'm trying to talk them into giving me 1,000 pounds worth of soil, and I'll do, you know, free promotional. And their claim is you just add water. You need no additives, no nothing, and then they give you stuff to top dress with, which is basically like a really high potent worm casting. But I'm not sure yet. I'm really hoping they want to, but then I got to build another fenced-in area just for one plant, and it's kind of like, damn, I really don't want to do that. I'm so cut up from this fencing and stuff. Like, I'm using horse fencing because the cops are always like, oh, it's got to keep the general public out. And I'm like, dude, if a 1,500-pound horse can kick this shit and it's fine, like, this should keep the public out for sure. We had a guy last year that had his crops taken because he used plastic deer fencing, basically like a smaller version of the plastic scrog nuts. He built a building out of that, and he ended up losing like 30 plants that were like 7 foot tall. They took them all.
Ah, that's a bummer.
The cop walked right up and goes, "You think this is secure?" And he said, "Yeah." The dude, he pulled out his knife and went clip, clip, clip. Said, "We're taking it all now." I was like, "Oh,
damn."
Yeah, they probably cleaned him out of a good solid 30 pounds. I would hope to think something like 30, but they were only like 6 weeks into flower, 7 weeks maybe. They usually start showing up like just before October, man. They just like the last week was like the last week of September, man. The last 2 weeks they just start showing up like out of nowhere. It's just like, who rang the bell? Like, they just like they flock at that time.
Fucking Matrix, bro. I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah, it's almost like, did I eat the blue or the red, man? Like, shit. But man, it's really a pain too. It's like, I just hate like how they can just come take it, man. It's like, man, like this year they're gonna really have to work for it because they tell me they're taking mine. I'm gonna be like, good luck breaking into there, man. I built it really good. Like, if there's rippers even thinking about jacking mine, they better get some really big torches and some nice bolt cutters because you're gonna need them. that fencing I got.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, man.
I took like a lot of extra care into making sure I used to be young and dumb. I know how it is to think like a thief, man. Like, I never used to be a thief, but I could just imagine, you know, like if you're trying to break in somewhere, you're looking for like the weakest point or like the, you know, like the best location not to be seen or something. You know, like I went through and like I walked up on this stuff as if like I was trying to break into it. Like, there's no getting into this stuff, I think. And I got 24-hour surveillance out there. You guys will all be meeting a guy called Rob Blazentree. He'll have an IG and a YouTube up soon. He's the caregiver at my new property and security also. He's a pretty decent cat. He doesn't do a lot of talking. He does a lot of shoulder shrugging. So, and he wears a mask. He doesn't like his face on camera. So, but he's a cool cat though. He's funny as hell.
Yeah, what's his name?
Rob Blazentree.
Okay, Blazentree.
Yeah, he doesn't have his IG up yet or nothing, but yeah, Rob Blazentree. It's a pretty catchy name, though.
Right?
No, why don't I have a cool fucking name? I'm just kidding.
Oh man, it's either like I'm really stoned or it's because it's like 4 something in the morning. But it's almost 4:20. I gotta find my vape pen. Fuck, I gotta get up now. Oh. I can't not be up on 420, not smoke on 420. It's like,
Yeah, I got a bong bowl ready. I just heated my nails for another dab. Let's sesh.
right. I know. I wish being able to just like heat up a nail and take a dab. It's like I'm thinking about trying it again. Like I can smoke the pens, but they're like, you know, solventless and all that. Like I remember trying. I smoked. It was probably like just under a year after my double lung collapse when I died. And Monster, I met up with Monster, and he's like, "Oh, come on, you got to try this. It's Trichome Chaser exclusive." And we was the first two Trichome Chasers to ever meet up. So I'm like, all right, bet. So he got me to hit a super small dab, but it tasted so good though. But I was like so sketched out because I got like 10 titanium staples on each lung holding them together. So you get really nervous about what you inhale and stuff.
Damn, bro. I did not know that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I had a double lung collapse and died. I think I only died like once. They lost me once, and then when they brought me back, they lost me again. But then I came back. It was like I wasn't gone for long or nothing. I was just like, oh, I'm gonna take a cat nap. And I was back up in like 2 minutes, 3 minutes. They hooked me up with 20 titanium staples in the lungs, and then they did what they call pleurodesis, and they scraped my chest walls while they were in there. And basically they created a wound on the chest wall, the chest cavity, and then my lungs were also a fresh wound, and they stuck the two together. So my lungs are actually attached to my chest wall. It's kind of weird.
Wow, man.
That's a trip.
How did that happen to you, man? What caused your lungs to collapse?
I was working at a factory that I was using a lot of carbon fiber grinding wheels, and they're really hazardous to breathe in, I'll tell you that. They didn't give me proper breathing equipment. I'm actually in the process of filing lawsuits against the company. The last time I sued somebody, I got $200K out of them, so I'm hoping this right here turns out decent. The guy I picked to represent me, like when you walk in his office, he has $1 billion lawsuit right there. The first thing you see when you walk in his office is $1 billion lawsuit. And so I'm really hoping he does me good though. But basically, yeah, I was working at a place. I started feeling funny. I got all lightheaded and told them, I'm like, I'm gonna take off. I went to the hospital and they told me my lungs were collapsed. I was stuck in the hospital for 4 months. When I got out, my doctors sent doctor's notes the whole time. My fiance was dropping off doctor's notes. I got out of the hospital, showed up to work, and was like, yo, like, I'm finally, like, I think I'm okay to come back to work. And they're like, you need to get off the property. You don't work here no more. And I was like, hell if I don't, dude. I was like, I will own this place if I don't work here right now. And she's like, you need to leave or we'll have you escorted off the property. And I was like, hell, this ain't no problem for me. I was like, I'll call my lawyer up. I was like, this is just another case. So called my lawyer up and got some shit started.
Yeah, man.
That's trip.
Yeah, like May 28th, let's see, this was 2 years ago now that my lungs collapsed. And 2 years prior to that, I got hit by a Chevy Impala at 50 miles an hour. May 28th is my reunion on that. Me and my buddy go up there. I'm like, every year. I got hit by an elderly guy. I got T-boned. I was in the passenger seat. I got hit at 50 miles an hour by an elderly guy in a Chevy Impala. And I woke up in the hospital. I didn't know who I was or nothing. It was crazy as hell. And then people wonder why I sip so much syrup. But
That's crazy, man.
yeah, I've had some like weird experiences in my life, man. Like, but I'll be posting up a picture actually, because like literally I just got a screenshot of like the car I was in and stuff. It was ridiculous. Like when the cops got there, like they asked my buddy, they're like, "Did you have a passenger?" And they was like, "Yeah." And they're like, "All right, they literally like grabbed the radio on their shoulder and was like, "We need to get a body bag down here." And he pointed at me and goes, "Dude, this is the guy right there. He's walking around." And they're like, "There's no way he's walking after. If he was sitting in that seat, he should be dead." And I walked up and asked the EMT and the cop, I was like, "When y'all got a cigarette?" And they were like, "I didn't even smoke." And I was asking people for cigarettes. It was weird. I was like, "You got a cigarette?" They're like, "No." I was like, "You're useless." I was like, "Get out of my face." Then I woke up in the hospital like 2 days later. That shit was crazy as hell.
Yeah, crazy Frosty. Well, it's good to know you, man. I'm glad that you're around, Doc.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah, no kidding.
I feel lucky to be here. Like there's a reason I'm here, and I think I know what it is. Like I'm a plush weed grower, man. Like since I started growing weed, like my life has gotten so much better. Like I think it's like a great like rehab, man. Like since I got out, that's all I've really done is, like I started growing like right when I got out. I had people like come over and set my room up for me and everything. Like all my buddies that were into growing came over and they all like tag teamed in. Like I bought all my equipment. They helped set everything up, put the, hook eyes in the ceiling and all that stuff. And ever since then, it's just been like every day, like meditations, you can go in there and some people wouldn't look at like going and defoliating as like a sense of relief. But for me, it is, like I can go in there and defoliate and spin my plants and do stuff like that. And it's like, I don't know, it makes me feel good. Just be like, I'm alive. I could get up and do this kind of stuff. I don't know.
Oh, absolutely, man. The garden is definitely a big stress reliever in my life.
Yeah, and then the fact, I got a 2-year-old little boy too. He's about to be 3 in September. He already 3.5 foot tall, man. Shit's crazy.
Damn, how old is he?
He's he's gonna be 3 in September. He's already 3.5 foot tall.
Sounds like a tall little kid.
Dude, yeah, I'm 6'1", and he's already half my height, bro. And I'm like, hey, you're gonna be in the 9th grade. I'm gonna be looking up at you, going, "What you mean you ain't going to school?" Gonna be crazy.
That's what's up, little Frosty.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, no, he's like, all right, Spectrum King. I had pictures of him with my Spectrum King on and shit. I'm like, this is the future right here. That shit's crazy though. Shit, that's like one of the scariest things, man. When you have like life-threatening things happen, man. And then you got to think like, oh damn, I got a kid. Like you're so not used to it because like I was never used to having a kid. You know what I'm saying? And then it was like, damn, everything changes when you got kids, man.
Yeah, I bet it does. I have friends who have kids, man. Fortunately, I say fortunately, I don't have any of my own, because it allows for that certain amount of freedom. But yeah, I definitely have some friends with kids, and I've seen them having to go through kind of the struggles and trials and tribulations of parenthood. I'm not ready for that stuff.
Yeah, bro. Talk about going in and having a nice relaxation time of defoliating and stuff, right? And then you come in the house, right? And your son's got a ball bat. He done smashed your 50-inch flat screen with it. Yeah.
Oh my god.
He was only 2 years, yeah. He was only 2 years old, dude. He was, oh man. He just looked at me like, oops. Like, damn. Like, my old lady was sitting right there. It was like a little plastic bag. You thinking like a little wiffle bat can't break your TV? Oh, it can.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah, them little wiffle ball bats will get you. Tell you what.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
He's like your own little real life Sour Patch Kid.
Dude, I know, because right after that, he was just like all smiley and shit. I'm like, oh man, like you got me, bro. Oh. But it's like all of our kids, you know what I'm saying? We got like I got one son and I got like 60 daughters at this house. So it's like, damn.
Right.
My lady thinks I'm different because she was like, I talk about my plants like they are my kids. I gotta feed them. I gotta, defoliate them, which is like giving them a bath. Kind of, we gotta IPM these girls. You know what I'm saying? They like real kids.
Oh yeah, they require a lot of care and attention, man.
Yeah, it is literally as much work as a real kid almost. Like if you really take the time and passion into your growth, it really does. It takes up as much time and effort as a real kid. Like I know from experience, I'm only 2.5 years into this kid thing, and I'm only a year and 2 years into my growing thing. So, but shit, a lot of work. Shit, the garden life though, I love it, man. I can't get enough of it, honestly. Like in like 24 hours in a day, I only got enough time to sleep for 4 or 5 of them hours because I need 20 hours to work.
No, I totally understand, and it is very, very addicting too. I can't even tell you the amount of times I've lost sleep at night just thinking about all the different things I've wanted to try in my garden, or seeds I've wanted to run, or whatever it was, but just crazy racing garden thoughts.
Oh, for sure, man. Like, who else just goes in their room during flower, or even that just goes in there and just stands and looks at them? Like, I do it. I just go in there and play a little bit of
all
music.
The time, man.
I kick some Burner on, or I'll kick it old school and throw some Creed on there and just jam and just look at them, man. Just watch them moving with the fan, bro. It's like,
Yeah, no, I'm actually kind of sitting among my tents. I'm a home grower. I have one 5x10 tent and then 3 4x4s. So they're all behind me right now. So we're chilling in the garden, kind of.
Nice. Yeah. I just got done building out my garage. It was kind of nice, but now I'm already, like, as you guys can see earlier, like, I'm literally out of floor space. So it's like, now it's time to build another one, or I don't know. Like, well, I'm taking half of them out of there, because my bedroom's got like 50 girls in there, and we're taking 24 of them for the 45-gallon pots, and then the rest of that I'm doing out there is going to be just straight up clones. These ones I've been vegging.
Right on.
I've been vegging these for probably since they came out of the cloner, probably like 2 months. But they also I had some really bad problems in my last bedroom. It was like there was a flower room, and then the bedroom was connected to that. But the bedroom was always like, I don't know, man, like when the lights turned off, my flower room could be like 72. But my bedroom, the room right next door, but that was like the room that had the exhaust fan sucking out the fastest. I was getting like 66 nighttime temps, and they were really slowed down in there. But since I moved them out to the new room, my nighttime temps are 75 and my daytime temps are 85 to 86. But the VPD, man, I'm finally following the VPD. I still haven't figured this out though. So on the VPD, I'm rocking 81 degrees with about 70% humidity. And when I follow the VPD chart, it says I'm in the yellow, and it says 10.1. And what the hell is 10.1? I mean, does anybody in here know?
Let me pull up a VPD chart really quick, so that way I can make sure that I'm following you correctly.
Okay. Yeah, like I was rocking like, I think it was like 80. At the time, I was rocking like 81 degrees Fahrenheit and like 70% humidity. I think I came out to like 10.1. I'm pretty sure. But I was trying to figure out what 10.1 meant.
That's your vapor pressure deficit. But you need another. Why fucking echoing so bad? You need another piece of information to actually calculate your VPD. You need to know your leaf temperature. A lot of people just assume it's the ambient temperature. It's usually not too far off. But your VPD is your leaf vapor pressure with relative humidity assumed to be 100% minus your room vapor pressure at your relative humidity and temperature.
Right. And it's usually a measure of Pascal, like, or depending on whatever units you're measuring of pressure or
I might have got a little lost right there, but so is 10.1 good then? Or you said I had to find out the ambient temperature?
Yeah, I couldn't tell you offhand. I don't know if it falls within if it falls within the range on the VPD chart.
Yeah, it's like dead in the yellow. It's like perfect in the VPD chart. I don't know. I remember checking it out. So that's like I was meaning to ask you guys earlier about that.
Well, basically, at least in my understanding, and I'm not too big on calculating VPD or biophysics really, but from what I understand, that obviously when you're within that range on the VPD chart, that your plants are basically theoretically, if they're not under other stresses, uptaking the optimal amount of CO2. Because of the way that guard cells regulate their opening and closing of their stomata. which are basically the pores that basically allow for the exchange of gases and water, transpirational pull, and the intake of CO2, which is then fixed into organic carbon molecules,
Hell yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, I was seeing a lot of people posting about it, so I was like, I better check this out and see if I can start following it. So I got my room dialed in to at least, like, I like to run the high 80s, man. Like, if I can get it like 85 degrees, I'll run 85 all day long because I don't run air conditioners at all. Like my flower room, I don't run air conditioners, and then in my bedroom, I don't run air conditioners. I try to stick it.
Yeah, I don't run any AC either.
Yeah, minimum power consumption as possible.
Yep.
If it
Me
is power consumption, we try to stick it to just lighting. Because I don't know, I got it pretty decent. I mean, like my light bill lately has only been like $250 to like $275.
Nice.
And that's pretty. But as soon as I start running my pool pump, I got like an in-ground pool diving board. As soon as I run that pump, dude, that thing is 3/4 horse electric. You're talking about pulling some power, dude.
Yeah.
That's like
I ran AC last year, and dude, my fucking power bill was astronomical for the month of August. I was like, wow. This is 10,000 BTU fucking AC too. Like not even. It was like a roll around unit,
Damn.
Fucking astronomical.
Yeah, last year when I ran my pool pump and my whole garden, my light bill, I think it was July. That's like running my central air for my house too. I think my light bill was like $700, $800.
That fucking AC, dude, just killed it.
Yeah, it was a pain in the ass.
I actually just put a vent in my garage where I vent my tents to. Like I have my carbon filter and my fan in my garage. And suck it out into there, but the attic gets really hot. So I put a fan up there facing down. So then I was really fucking hot in my garage and humid. So I like right before the show tonight, I put in a roof vent and a gable fan.
Nice.
Hopefully that lowers my garage temperatures because I was fucking sweating out there the other day.
Yeah, like I've been having to go out and like, because I have my room venting into my garage. So what I need to do now is get another one that vents from the top. So like my garage goes to a peak in the middle. I'm gonna try to get it in like a 6-inch inline fan up there with another carbon filter, and then so it can get scrubbed before it comes out of the room, and then get scrubbed again before it goes outside.
Nice.
But try not to do too much because I don't know if I'm gonna keep this house or not. I have it on land contract right now. I'm not quite halfway, but I'm about halfway having her paid off. But the location being like right in town, I don't know. I'm just not a town guy, I guess. Like, it'd be one thing if it was like a city, that'd be one thing. But you're talking like one stoplight, like 2 stoplights, and like literally 2 cops, and them 2 cops have like nothing better to do than just stick their nose in everybody's business.
Yeah.
It's just like, dude, I have like 3 or 4 cars. They were complaining because I had a car parked, and I'm like, it's parked. Like I don't have time to drive it. They were like, well, you need to move it or we're gonna come take it. And I'm like, you can do that? Like that's insane. Yeah. Because they were saying because I didn't have insurance on it, they were gonna come take my car. And I'm like, if I lived in the country, nobody would be giving no shits about my car in my driveway. Like nobody. like
that's tripping, dog. That's tripping.
Yeah, like I can't handle this town life. Like that's what I was telling Monster. He's like, oh, I live in the city. I'm like, I know, man, but like, man, like the township life is even worse than the city. Like I would rather deal with like, I don't know, man, like city cops than a township cop. Like the township cop feels like he's the baddest ass sheriff around.
Yeah.
Like, you have to spit shine his boots when he comes around. He's so badass. Like hell no, bro.
He's
like,
John Do-Gooder, bro.
We don't play that shit.
Fucking John Do-Gooder. Baddest fucker in the town.
Like, he thinks he is just hot shit, man. Like he was shitting his pants like the first time I got pulled over by him, and I think I only had like a 1/4 pound in my trunk. And the first word out his mouth, it wasn't even like license and registration. It was like, "What's that smell?" I was like, my medicine. He was like, "Excuse me," and I was just like, "Here you go." And I give him all my I give my medical marijuana card, my driver's license, all my stuff. And he's like, "I never had someone just hand me their medical marijuana card before." I was like, "You're dealing with a guy that knows the laws." I was like, "So don't try nothing funny."
Nice.
He was trying to get.
Yeah, if you flex your rights, they back down really quick.
Right.
They do, man. Like, he was literally like, "What, can I see inside your box?" I was like, "No." I was like, "Do you have a medical card?" He's like, "No." I'm like, "Well, then you can't see it." I was like, "You're not licensed to have it. I can't even let you look at it, man."
That's awesome.
Yeah, like that's my big argument when it comes to the outdoor season. Like, by law states, no one is allowed in that facility unless you are the licensed caregiver or have your medical marijuana card in them or your possession. Like, you are a patient and you want to see your medicine. But other than that, like, the law states, I can't let you in there. Like, you want me to break the law to let you in there to count? Like, no, get on your hands and knees and look underneath the privacy fencing.
Yeah, on the real, what kind of officer of the peace or server of justice are you over here breaking the fucking law? Get the fuck out of my fucking shit.
Yeah, me and my cousin, we're really big on being like polite assholes. But like we get into the, like, when we get that asshole cop that really thinks he's tough, then we're like, "Are you like working as a public servant right now?" And then when they say yeah, like, "Okay, so I'm the master and you're the servant, you listen." They get real pissed when you pull that one out.
Yeah.
Like, my tax dollars pays your checks, so now you listen. The master says the orders and the servant obeys. Like, that's how it works.
Where I'm at, you gotta watch out with that shit, because the police will just fucking shoot your ass.
Yeah.
Damn, fuck that shit.
I just handle my lawyer's card, and usually I'll get a ticket 10 minutes later, or they'll just tell me to have a nice day. That's it.
Also, the police, but they're notorious out here, I swear, man. And always, their lapel cameras always fuck up. You know, always when they shoot somebody, it's fucked up.
Yeah.
I get a little worried. I think people worry more about me than I worry about them. But
Yeah, I actually like cops, man. I think they're funny. Like, they're an interesting creature, man. I have friends that became cops, and they change when they become cops. They have that nice sense, like, they're just hot shit. They're like, "Oh, I run shit. I'm a cop."
Yeah, they're just power tripping.
Yeah, power. That's the word. They're power tripping. Yeah. But like, then I know cops that are like completely cool with weed. They're like, "Yeah, I could care less about, like, well, where I live at in Michigan. Everywhere you drive around, all you see is meth watch community. That's all you ever see. You don't see nobody that's like cannabis watch community. Like, I want to have that sign in my yard, like, cannabis watch community, and then just have the Trichome Chasers YouTube logo." Like, cannabis watch community every Saturday night, man. Shit, just in my town, man. Like, right here where I live, there's like, between the city, I live 2 cities over, like, from like Coldwater, and just between there and here, there's like 700 people out of like the 2,000 or 3,000 population. There's like 700 or 800 people with their medical cards, and there's not a dispensary for 100 miles.
Well, that's why you guys probably get that many people with cards out there. It's like, a lot of states have it where if you live within a certain distance of a dispensary, then you can't have a card or you can't grow.
Damn, I'm glad it's not like that here.
Yeah, I think it's only like 1,000 feet up here.
Damn. Yeah,
Arizona's 25 miles.
Yeah, Arizona is 25 miles. It's rough out there.
You have to live 25 miles from one to grow?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's crazy. I live like 115 miles to the closest dispensary. And I go there once a week.
There are dispensaries in every city, and in the major cities, it's like going out to Colorado. Every block has one now, practically.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably like you gotta hit bigger cities like Detroit, Lansing, Ann Arbor, shit like that, like Kalamazoo, Jackson. You want to hit places like that for dispensaries around here. Personally, I only go up to Lansing or Detroit, really. So what's popping, panelists? What's everybody smoking on right now? Oh, dude, we really didn't announce it was 420 and none of us said nothing. No cheers.
That's right.
Like I
City 420.
We
failed. So if I hit my pen, I was so high and I was talking. I didn't hit my pen. I better hit harm. Cheers.
Well, I myself am smoking some Girls Gone Wild number 3, what I'm calling the Stevo cut, and it's fucking amazing.
Oh yeah, that sounds like a good strain, man.
I just lit up a blunt, so.
Yeah. Yeah, these 91 octane cartridges, man, they get me every time. Like 3 puffs, man, just little ones. So I still get sketched out about smoking these things, man, with my lungs. Like, even though they're like solventless and they're super clean, like the doctors told me, like, don't ever smoke. They're like, don't smoke nothing. Like, doesn't matter what it is. So even if it's vaporized, they're like, don't do it. It's like my lungs collapsed multiple times, so I really get nervous. But with this, like, I don't know, you can taste how clean this stuff is. But I just take little baby hits, really. Like, I got one vape pen can last me like 3 days, probably 3 to 4 days.
Nice.
I'm pretty sure they're only like half-gram cartridges. They're 500 mils, so yeah, it's only like a half-gram cartridge. So half-gram can last me like 4 days, 3 days. But that's like also sipping on syrup too. My THC lean.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think we're going to wrap it up. I think one's having a little bit of technical difficulties. I don't know what's up with him lately, even on my end. But yeah, I want to thank Cosa Pharms for coming on the show. Fucking big ups Cosa Pharms. Why don't you tell everybody where people can follow you on social media and all that stuff?
Hey, no problem. Again, guys, it's truly an honor to be here. Very, very much appreciated. You can find me on Instagram at Cosa Seed Co. You can find our strains at Neptune Seed Bank or at Reliable USA Seed Bank.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely be looking into some of your stuff. I mean, you got IG too, right?
Yeah, I'm at Cosa Seed Co. on Instagram.
So I'm gonna go follow you. I want to check some of your stuff out.
Right on, man. Appreciate it. I'll follow you back.
Yeah. Well, it's good talking to everybody tonight. I'm glad I could make it to the show. I appreciate Cosa for coming on and, dropping some knowledge and stuff. Chatting it up. Sorry you drank them energy drinks. You got all geeked up for us, man. And we all been we closing the show down.
No worries.
Shit, but you're like, not get some garden work done now that I ain't talking to the phone, huh?
Right? Yeah, I'll definitely be getting some more stuff done tonight.
Yeah, I got a lot of shit.
Pharms and fucking the chat, everybody in the chat holding it down with us. Thanks very much. Yeah, let's fucking all throw a fat sesh soon. Hopefully we'll get on some organic talks and some more Seed Junkies episodes soon. But yeah, much love to everybody, and thank you again, Cosa Pharms. Much respect to you, bro. We're gonna have to definitely wrap in the future so we can get you back on here.
Yeah, for sure, man. Most definitely. Anytime that you guys want, I'm usually free most Friday nights, so just give me a